Maz, I would say that the fact that you don't know who they are is exactly who they want to be. The ballpark is the star. People will line up every summer, no matter what team is on the field.
Dutcher and Hardy, Owen Beetle, Felger and Maz, the Bruins, the Celtics, the Pats, the Revolution. This is Boston's home for sports. WBC FM and HD Boston, 98.5, the Sports Hub, a Music Media Group station.
This is Boston Bruins hockey. Boston Bruins hockey is brought to you by your local New England Honda dealers, Shaw's and Star Market, Safety Insurance, Town Fair Tire, Granite City Electric's GCE Night Train, Ticketmaster, your New England Ford dealers, Blue Sky Restoration Contractors, TD Bank, Service Credit Union, and by Catches Law.
2 seconds, 1 second, it's over. The Bruins have won the Stanley Cup.
And by Dairy Queen, Peerless Boilers, your New England Chevy dealers, Timber Tech Decking and Railing, Charles D. Sheehy, Mass Mutual, Avidia Bank, Wendy's, Live Nation, The Peterson School, Tito's Handmade Vodka, Big Y, Nicely Done, and by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
After 39 long years, the Cup is back home. The Bruins are 2011 Stanley Cup champions.
Now, here's Ryan Johnston and Bob Beers.
From Amarant Bank Arena in Sunrise, Florida, this is Boston Bruins hockey. Tonight, the Bruins kicking off a 4-game road trip in search of their 5th straight win as they take on the Florida Panthers. Great to have you with us. Alongside Bob Beers, I'm Ryan Johnston. Tonight's storylines brought to you by your New England Chevy dealers and the Chevy Silverado, where dependability comes standard. 7 games remaining in the regular season schedule. The Bruins flipping the calendar to April, coming off a busy and very successful March. A 6-3 win over the Dallas Stars on Tuesday night capped a month where the Bruins went 10-3-3 while pushing for a playoff spot. They enter the final 2 weeks of the season 8 points above the playoff cut line in the East, and head coach Marco Sturm says this past month got his players ready for what hopefully comes next.
I think right now we're already in it, and what I mean by that, it's we already, those little details we have to survive and also be good at it. It's already started, and that's what I like. Those little mistakes cost us already some goals, but we have to learn from those kind of goals and periods and you name it. So it's just a good thing. Now it's just tweaking stuff a little bit. The overall picture, it's already done. The foundation is done. Now it's just like getting the guys ready, optimize pre-scout against the opponent, how to play against certain teams. But other than that, I think guys are just rolling now. I think they're just very comfortable. They almost don't need me anymore. They know exactly now what it takes, but because of, I think, the March schedule, for sure.
It's worth a big picture look right now for the Bruins. 16 games in March. Turn the page on that. 10-3-3, as you said. They're 22-6-6 since January 1st. There's only one team better.
Yeah.
It's the Buffalo Sabres. That's big picture-wise. This team has come a long way this season. They're far from perfect. They have their flaws. I think they acknowledge those flaws. They're doing it without getting goal scoring from their top goal scorer. They're doing it with, in splitting those guys up. You've got, Pastrnak on one line, your top point getter. You've got your top goal scorer on a third line, if you want to call it that. You've got your third highest paid forward on your third line. Your second line's been outstanding, but your goaltending's been great. McAvoy has come back with a swagger. He's had a swagger most of the year, but certainly a swagger since the Olympics. Both of them have, Swayman and McAvoy. You've found different ways to get it done. There's a lot of different people you can point to, but as a team, they've come together. And, it's a group that's believing in themselves right now. They're still in the playoff hunt in terms of they could still be caught. They're not in a clinching scenario here today. You still have 7 games to go. A lot could still happen on this road trip. You've got 4 games on this road trip. You can either clinch up when we're done with this road trip, or you could be, right on the edge of looking on the outside, looking in, if you don't do your job here on this road trip. So this is a big game today. They're all big games. We talk about that all the time. But you got a Florida team that's completely decimated with injuries. But ask Ottawa what happens if you don't come ready to play.
Exactly.
They scored 5 goals against Ottawa in the first period, chased Linus Ullmark from the nets, and they go on to win that game against the Senators team that's kind of reeling right now. Don't let that happen to you. Make sure that you're ready to play here right from the start.
And as we've been talking about, the only teams the Bruins have lost to in regulation lately are teams that are out of the playoffs. Yeah. So can't take this game lightly at all. Wasn't that long ago, of course, we were talking about the Bruins' lack of success on the road. But after consecutive wins over Detroit, Buffalo, and Columbus in their last 3 road games, Victor Arvidsson says the Bruins feel good as they start this 4-game trip.
Yeah, now we're going on the road trip, and we just got to get the job done now. I don't know exactly how many games it is on the road, but we gotta start off good and just build and try to improve our game on the road.
Yeah, I mean, you got, 5 on the road, 2 at home.
Yep.
That's what you're faced with to finish this one. This is a 4-game road trip for them. You're going to have a tough night in Tampa. There's no question about that. And when I say that, it's like, you can't think that you're going to have an easy night. Just because Florida's beat up and they're out of the playoffs, they're not going to lay down for you. I think Matthew Tkachuk's going to lay down and against the Bruins. No, I mean, he's going to come to play, and you have to make sure that you come to play. Much better job than Ottawa did the other day, and finish this thing off the right way. You put yourself in a great position right now. Montreal's not going anywhere. You're trying to chase them. You're trying to chase them down for maybe 3rd in the division, but they're not going anywhere. They've been winning games left and right. But you can only take care of your own business right now. There's a lot can happen tonight. Tonight's moving day again. Saturday's going to be moving day again. And when I say that, it's because a lot of the Eastern Conference teams are playing against one another, or at least in action. So you've got these 4-point games that are going on here today. So we'll be scoreboard watching as we go on here tonight. But all you can do is take care of your own, what you need to do today. And 5-on-5, they're pretty confident about their way they're playing right now. The power play's been showing some signs of life, which is good. But I think that they would prefer to play a 5-on-5 game here against the Panthers today. They got into penalty trouble the last time they played these guys in Florida and winning that game.
Yeah, just kind of setting up where they are right now in the standings. Currently 6 points ahead of Columbus, who's in the 2nd wild card spot. They're 8 points ahead of Ottawa, Detroit, and Philadelphia, who are all on the outside looking in. You mentioned Montreal. They're 2 points ahead of the Bruins. It feels like they've been 2 points ahead of the Bruins for weeks now. Every time the Bruins win,
won 6 in a row.
Montreal wins. It's they haven't been able to catch them. But Fraser Mitten, among others, enjoying his experience of playing meaningful games down the stretch run.
It's sick. It's awesome. It's so fun. Every game's like, such high emotions, high intensity. It's why we play the game, why we want to be out there. So I've been loving every game here down the stretch.
Mitten's been great this year. I mean, it's just, he's really, he's mature beyond his years, right? I mean, you kind of see him. He's not a big guy. He's kind of, like nondescript, but and he's really young, but he just goes about his business. He's just very mature. And when he came here last year, from the Toronto organization, he didn't play meaningful games last year. He played meaningful games for himself, but not so much for the team.
Yeah, the team had nothing to play for.
The team had nothing to play for, and now it's a whole different culture here with the team this year and the way that they've set themselves up, and now it has to continue.
Well, you mentioned the power play earlier, starting to show signs of life. Of course, they made some personnel changes on their power play units recently, and over the last couple of games, 3 power play goals. It was just the shot in the arm that Marco Sturm was hoping for.
We've been holding on to it for a long time, like with the units. We made a change there, and since then we got a few goals out of it. So that's exactly what we needed. Again, those are a big part of our team, our success this year, and it's nice to see them scoring a few big ones lately.
They had to. And they haven't done it kind of conventionally. We're still waiting for Geeky to kind of get off the schneid a little bit there, and he's been moved to a different unit. You're going with the Zacha line along with Pasternak and McAvoy. They scored last game with Elias Lindholm starting a period, and that was a pass from Aspro, his first point on the power play this season, because the power play was about to expire when the period started. So they haven't, I don't think it's clicking on all cylinders yet, but it's been better, and it's given them some help when they've needed it.
Yeah, they were 3rd in the league at the Olympic break, at the Olympic break. 26.3% at that point. The first 16 games out of the break, they were just over 13% success rate. Now, 3 out of their last 6 over the last 2 games. Here's what's on deck, brought to you by TimberTech Decking and Railing, #1 in premium decking. Order free samples at timbertech.com. We will go around the NHL, including a Red Wings Flyers showdown.
It's adversity. We got 8 games left. And like I said, we're sticking together. We're absolutely not out of it.
Bob will chat with Bruins head coach Marco Sturm.
These guys they're all out. They have nothing to lose. They're just going to play hard, and that makes them so dangerous.
And up next, we'll preview tonight's opponent, the Florida Panthers, here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
The Honda Spring Event. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 4.99% APR on a 2026 Civic, a 4.49% APR on a 2026 Civic Hybrid, or a 3.49% APR on a 2026 HRV.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic Si and Type R.
The Shaws and Star Market Foundation have teamed up with 98.5 The Sports Hub for Feeding the Puck for Families. Every time Boston feeds the puck to help score a goal, the Shaws and Star Market Foundation Nourishing Neighbors Initiative will donate funds to end hunger here in Eastern Mass. Since its inception, Nourishing Neighbors has raised more than $250 million across the country to ensure their neighbors have the nutrition needed to thrive. Locally, with each assist, the foundation will make a donation of $100 to the Greater Boston Food Bank, up to $50,000 to help our neighbors in need. Learn more at 985thesportshub.com/feedthepuck.
Poor Diana in accounting. She fell for an email phishing scam. Computers shut down. And people freaked out, especially about getting paid.
Hey!
Fortunately, the company had cyber risk coverage from Safety Insurance. Safety covered the cost of systems and data restoration, business income-related losses, and more. Don't let one human error shut down your business. Ask an independent agent about Safety Insurance. We'll help you manage life's storms, even the cyber kind.
Builders, remodelers, and homeowners, listen up. Partner with one of the most trusted independently owned lumberyards and showrooms around. Cape Cod Lumber and CCL Homescapes. Upgrade your outdoor space with TimberTech. When it comes to decking, TimberTech stands out. No need to sand, stain, or seal. It's the best looking deck you'll find on the market. Build with confidence. Build with TimberTech, the #1 brand in premium decking. Ask for TimberTech the next time you visit CCL, right in Abington, or visit us online at cclco.com. CCL, 100% employee owned and operated.
Bring on the spring at the Honda Spring Event. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 2.99% APR on a 2026 CR-V or a 3.99% APR on a 2026 Passport. Hurry into your Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details.
Felger and Maz, afternoons on the Sports Hub.
Still loose down there, deep inside the Panthers' end. Fogle out to the line. Final seconds tick away. That's it for this one. The Panthers double up the Senators 6-3. The final score on the strength of a 5-goal opening period.
Bruins getting ready to take on the Florida Panthers, two-time defending champions who are playing out the string after a disappointing season that has been filled with injuries. They've lost nearly 450 man games to injuries this season. They're going to have
growing
somewhere around 11 roster players that are going to be out of the lineup tonight. Panthers, though, as you mentioned earlier, can still put up a fight, as evidenced by their 6-3 win over the Ottawa Senators on Tuesday. Paul Maurice's team overcoming those injuries.
That's a good win for our team. You had 9 players out of your lineup and play that way. I don't have that, honestly, I don't have that expectation every night that we'll be able to do that, but you need to be able to do it every once in a while just to feel good. It was a good mental health win for the Panthers.
I mean, you know, Stanley Cup finals 3 times in a row, two-time Stanley Cup champion. It's going to catch up to you at some point, and it certainly has this year. It started with Barkov and Tkachuk. Tkachuk had to miss the first part of the season. Barkov hasn't played all year. Got hurt in training camp. Yeah. And, you know, it's continued. I mean, Seth Jones and Ekblad now. It's just, it's continued. Marchand, it's been rampant for them. And it's not going to change between now and the end of the year. There's only 7 or 8 games left here. So yeah, there's a lot of new names, a lot of new faces in this lineup here for the Florida Panthers. But worst thing you can do if you're the Bruins, and I think the last time we talked about this was the game against Nashville, in Nashville. The worst thing you can do is look down and see who's not in the lineup and think it's going to be easy.
Right.
These 2 points mean the same as, you know, 2 points 2 days from now against Tampa. It just go out and take care of your business against a team that's out of it right now, but you've got to play the game the right way in order to do it. And yes, Florida's, you know, they're kind of dead and buried, but they can afford that, and Paul Maurice can afford to say, you know, we're not going to get that every night. Right. We don't expect to score 6 and beat a team 6-3 every night, especially a team fighting for the playoffs. Ottawa's got their own issues. which we'll get into in a minute. But this is on the Bruins just to play the game the right way.
Yeah, you heard Paul Maurice say we had 9 players out of the lineup. It's 11 now because they lost Ekblad to a broken hand the other night, and Kulikov took a puck in the nose and can't breathe and isn't going to play tonight either.
That's a problem.
So it's been a really long season here in Sunrise. Tonight's Catches Law injury report. Mason Wareyes missed the past couple of games with an upper body injury. Did take part in morning skate and got some extra work in today, but will remain out of the lineup. Injury report brought to you by Catches Law, the official law firm of the Boston Bruins. They've won over $3 billion for their clients. When you're injured and can't work, turn to Catches Law. There's no fee unless you win. Go to catcheslaw.com. Schedule a free consultation today. We're going to check out the Sports Hub headlines next here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Chevy trucks have you covered when the road takes you from smooth sailing to Chevy Colorado will eat up some of the toughest terrains with 5 available drive modes. And Silverado and Silverado HD have the muscle to take you out for some serious with multiple engine options and impressive towing. While Silverado EV is the perfect combo of performance and capability, making it a snap to hitch up this electric truck and hit the road. Wherever the road leads, Chevy trucks are right there with you. Visit your New England Chevy dealers.
The first signs of spring. The $15 million Magnificent Million scratch tickets. With a top prize of $15 million, it's a ticket that truly lives up to its moniker. Absolutely magnificent. See some green. The newest scratch tickets from the Mass Lottery. Must be 18 or older to play.
O'Reilly. Need new wiper blades but not sure which ones are right for you? The professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts can help. We'll show you options for your vehicle and even install your new wiper blades for free. Right now, save $10 per pair on Bosch Focus wiper blades so you can see better in any weather. Stop by your local O'Reilly Auto Parts today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Hi, New England. Russ Hoyt, President and CEO of the Hoyt Foundation here. Please join us in Hopkinton on Saturday, April 11th for the Team Hoyt Taper, a 5-mile run to honor Dick and Rick Hoyt's legacy. Register at teamhoyt.com.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This weekend, grab March by the Claw at the Great American Beer Hall in Medford. White Claw is opening a $1 million bar tab for bracket season. So rally your crew, call for a couple of claws, and go to whiteclaw.com/couple of claws to score rebates or a chance at a gift card depending on your state. SB 21 rules and restrictions apply. Ends 4/6/26. Drink responsibly. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
The Pats play on the Sports Hub. Sports Hub headlines presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
The Celtics put up 80 points in the first half en route to a 147-129 victory over the Heat last night in Miami. The C's continue their road trip tomorrow night in Milwaukee against the Bucks. The 1-5 Red Sox are off today. They will play their home opener tomorrow afternoon at Fenway Park. First pitch at 2 o'clock. And former New England Patriot cornerback and Super Bowl 53 champion Stephon Gilmore announced his retirement from the NFL today after 13 seasons. Sports Up headlines are brought to you by Valvoline. Enjoy quick and convenient vehicle maintenance this month. Visit NewEnglandOilChange.com for 15% off your drive-thru oil change. At Valvoline Instant Oil Change, the official oil change of busy people. I'm Kevin Majori. Ryan Johnston and Bob Beers take you around the NHL next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Hey, it's Sean Flaherty, managing partner at Catches Law Group. There's something about Bruins hockey, toughness, tradition, and pride that runs deep in New England. That same mindset is how Catches Law Group was built for over 40 years. We've been this region's hometown law firm, fighting for our neighbors and recovering over $3 billion for the people who count on us. We are real trial lawyers who deliver real results. Because when the pressure's on, you need a team built to battle. Visit catcheslaw.com to schedule your free consultation today.
Hi, I'm Chris Banker for Service Credit Union, and our promise to stand with the men and women who protect and serve our communities every day. We're continuing our 73 Reasons campaign with Charlie McAvoy, donating $250,000 to support the health, safety, and financial well-being of first responders across Massachusetts and New Hampshire. Service Credit Union's competitive rates, online banking, and member-first service puts people before profits always. Success built on trust, banking built on service. Become a Service Credit Union member today to join thousands who are making a difference at servicecu.org/73reasons.
Bring on the spring at the Honda Spring Event. Check out the rugged Honda Pilot, Ridgeline, CRV, and Passport, all from the 2025 Kelley Blue Book Best Value brand. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.49% APR on a 2026 Pilot, a 2.99% APR on a 2026 CRV, or a 3.99% APR on a 2026 Passport or 2026 Ridgeline.
See dealer for financing details. Based on 2025 Consumer Choice Awards from Kelley Blue Book. Visit kbb.com for more information.
Hi, I'm David Morales, General Manager of WellPoint in Massachusetts. At WellPoint, we're proud to once again partner with 98.5 The Sports Hub for the Hometown Heroes program, shining a light on the individuals who selflessly serve and support our communities across Massachusetts. These everyday heroes deserve to be recognized for the impact they make, both big and small. Help us celebrate them by nominating a hometown hero today at 985thesportshub.com/heroes.
The game is on, and the snacks from Big Y? Oh, yeah! Freshly made wings, platters, pizzas, and 30-inch super subs. Big Y makes the crowd go wild. Big Y, nicely done.
The Bruins play on the Sports Hub.
Bruins and the Florida Panthers coming up as we take a quick swing around the NHL. Let's start with the Buffalo Sabres. Chance to clinch a playoff spot with a win tonight. They'll take on Drake Batherson and the Senators, who are 2 points out of a wild card.
This probably makes our chances a little harder to get in, but I trust this group. The way we've been playing on a home stand, we've been playing good all year at home, so we just got to be ready to go when we get back.
Yeah, the Sabres, 14 years since they made the playoffs, so this is a great opportunity for them, and, they should be proud of what they've done this year. We'll see where they end up going. So they're going to get in. Ottawa's a different story. If anybody's been following the saga and soap opera, I should say, in Ottawa. So early in the year, Linus Ullmark took a leave of absence. I want to be careful with that, right? It was mental health issues for Linus Ullmark, and he came out and he talked about it. And, everyone wants to support that, and rightfully so. They should. But the other day, so they're in a playoff hunt, and they're playing against the Tampa Bay Lightning, and he basically told Travis Green he can't play. And then he played the next night, and they lost 6-3, and he got pulled in the first period after allowing 5 goals. So this is it's a delicate situation right now in Ottawa, and they've got some old school people up there, and this is a tough situation for them. It's a little dicey. It's a little, delicate. Let's put it that way.
You want to support this guy.
Of course you do.
But
of course you do.
You're also trying to win.
You're also trying. You're in a business of winning.
You got 20 other guys in that room.
Yeah. So this is a tough situation for the Ottawa Senators, but they still have a chance to get in. But they got a tough one here today against the Buffalo Sabres, who can clinch a playoff spot if they win.
Yeah, some of the other games we'll be keeping an eye on tonight. Red Wings at the Flyers. Both of those teams 2 points behind Columbus for the second wild card. Blue Jackets are at Carolina. Hurricanes just beat them in Columbus 5-2 on Tuesday. And the Tampa Bay Lightning hosting Pittsburgh tonight as well. That's our look around the NHL. We'll hear from Marco Sturm when we return on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CRV at your local Honda dealer.
Opening day is Friday. Join Budweiser and the Zolak and Bertrand Show live from Lucky Strike Fenway starting at 10 a.m. Score cool 98.5 and Budweiser gear from the Sports Hub Street Team. Brought to you by Budweiser. 150 years of Bud and baseball. No purchase necessary. Must be 21 plus.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter?
Right? And the best part? They accept Discover.
Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right, so we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
Electrical contractors, get on board Granite City Electric's GCE Night Train. Order your materials to be delivered overnight to the job site the following morning and save time and money. Go to GCEnighttrain.com to order.
Ready to celebrate? Hop into Easter festivities with everything you need at Target. First, get ready for your special occasion with 25% off stylish looks. With spring vibes, vibrant colors, and fresh florals, you'll find outfits that match everyone's style. Then, fill up their baskets with endless joy. From select Easter plushies to fun toys they'll love at 20% off. Don't miss out. Make this Easter unforgettable at Target.
Miller time. It only happens if you make it happen. So say hello with some beers. Make the plans. Live a little. Because legendary moments start with a light. It's Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. 2026 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Tired of repainting your home every 5 years? I'm Matt.
I'm Pat, owners of Rhino Shield of New England.
Traditional paint just doesn't hold up to New England weather. Rhino Shield is a ceramic coating, a long-term alternative to paint.
It looks like paint, but it's proven to resist chipping and cracking, and it's so durable that we back every job with a 25-year warranty.
Learn why your neighbors are switching to Rhino Shield. Visit our website today and get 15% off New England's most durable paint.
Don't paint, don't vinyl, go Rhino.
The Revolution play on the Sports Hub.
Our pregame interview with Marco Sturm is brought to you by Safety Insurance, providing comprehensive coverage for your auto, home, and business. Ask your independent agent about safety.
Marco, you get set to take on the Florida Panthers here today. Last game, I haven't talked to you yet since that game. Am I wrong to say that that was one of the better checking games that you've had? Not just checking like through the neutral zone, but the support in the defensive zone, win a battle, have support, get out of the zone. It seemed like you guys were really well connected in that one.
Yeah, we were dialed in. Maybe because the opponent, we know that's some injuries, but they have some high-end quality players, and we just didn't want to give them that. And that for us starts in our D zone, in their O zone. We got caught twice only. And twice they took advantage of that goal. Yeah. That was the frustrating part because we did so many good things, like you said. But no, that's something we addressed this morning again and showed that it's a good and bad thing. Something you can learn from that, and something we just gonna try to improve to our game because it's been helping us getting pucks back, spending less time in our D zone, and still being in a good spot and also frustrate other teams. And I think that's what happened the other night. When you have a team like that and high-skilled players, you don't want to give them that room because otherwise they're very dangerous. So I think that makes us really, really good this year. It's just, playing that way, frustrate teams, playing hard against, and it's been working very well at home for some reason. So we got to continue to do that.
A lot of coaches break the season into segments. I don't know how you do it. It's 10 games, 9 games, 5 games, whatever it is. But the month of March, 10-3-3. I mean, when you look at the big picture, that's pretty impressive. Yeah. You still have some work to do. Yeah. As you head, hopefully, towards the playoffs. How do you approach these last 7 games?
I always look at things a little bit different segment-wise, but no, yeah. Now you're saying it. It is impressive, and I give all the credit to my guys. I just mentioned it. I think it all started in the March of January. We just found our game. They believed in it, the way we want to play, the way I want to play. I hated February because the break, because we had such a thing going on. Took us a little bit when we got back, but other than that, now I feel like the January is just like we continued into the March, and that just being very consistent. Guys are all out. Guys care. Guys having fun. And yeah, so nothing should change because we've been in that hunt for a long time. So I think that's helping us to stay on top of everything, and we can't slip a game or two. That league is too hard.
Defensive zone, you changed a few things up this season. Call it a hybrid, call it whatever you want, but you've stuck with it all year. How do you think the team has adapted? There's been some growing pains along the way, but how do you think the team has adapted to this point?
Yeah, and I know the good thing is I've been through it in LA, so I know exactly when guys are like. It takes time, and it also the belief system wasn't there. I think from everyone, starting with my players, they were just unsure if this is gonna work. I think media, fans, whatever it is, I think everyone was in the same boat. But I know just by experience when the guys figure it out, it's pretty damn good. And I feel like this was something fits our group, the kind of players we have. I know the Boston Bruins have been noticed for their D-zone coverage for, 2 decades, but we don't have the players anymore. And that's why I try to change it. And yeah, as soon as I think the guys saw the success we had, especially in our D zone, I think that's where everything changed.
Florida Panthers here today. Their success, unquestioned here over the last couple of seasons. It's not going to work for them this year. They've got some injuries, but they still play. They try to play that same way. What has to be good here today?
It's dangerous, a very dangerous team. You could see it Ottawa went in the other night and thought it would maybe an easy one or just we're not ready, and all of a sudden it was 5-0. So that shows to me like these guys they're all out. They have nothing to lose. They're just going to play hard, and that makes them so dangerous. So we just got to make sure we, first of all, have a good start. We don't want to get behind against this team. It doesn't matter who's in and out of the lineup. Maybe just try to find our game from start to finish.
Last one for you. Just they dump the puck in. They like to wrap it around. I mean, what's important for you guys going back, getting that first touch and trying to get out of your zone easily? Not easily, but
we got to manage the puck very well. They have a lot of D to join the rush a lot. Like you said, they like to dump it in and rim it a lot. So we got to make sure we have numbers everywhere, and we're not going to get outnumbered. We played them tight. We did it actually here last time we were here. I think special teams was the problem, but 5-on-5 we were connected, and I think that's something we have to do tonight, because as soon as you give them room, and you're done. So. There's a reason why they won 2 cups and been in the final 3 times in a row. So they're hard to play against. They have good coaches, and we just got to make sure we stick with our game, moving forward.
Appreciate it, Sturm. Good luck here tonight. That's head coach Marco Sturm. Bruins Panthers are next.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network.
From the Town Fair Tire Studios, this is Boston's home for sports. WBZ-FM at HD Boston 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Tuesday night against the Dallas Stars, the Bruins showed once again they're up for a challenge against anyone.
Arvidsson took it away from Robertson. Arvidsson for the hat trick. Scores. Victor Arvidsson. His second empty netter of the game. His 3rd goal. Bruins make it 6-3.
Now they open up a 4-game road trip, facing an old foe who'd love nothing more than to play spoiler as the season winds down. The Bruins and the Panthers coming up next.
This is Boston Bruins hockey.
Cross to Esposito. A shot. Bang! Cam Neely. Wow. Nathan Horton wins Game 7 in overtime. Geeky scores. And there is point number 100 for Pasta and goal number 30 for Morgan Geeky.
Boston Bruins hockey is brought to you by your local New England Honda dealers, Shaw's and Star Market, Safety Insurance, Town Fair Tire, Granite City Electric's GCE Night Train, Ticketmaster, your New England Ford dealers, Blue Sky Restoration Contractors, Service Credit Union, TD Bank, and by Catches Law.
Backhand, it'll save Thomas. Swayman made a great stop at the far post.
And by Dairy Queen, Peerless Spoilers, your New England Chevy dealers, Timber Tech Decking and Railing, Charles D. Sheehy, Mass Mutual, Avidia Bank, Wendy's, Live Nation, The Peterson School, Tito's Handmade Vodka, Big Y, Nicely Done, and by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
Back to Orr. Put in. His 100-point backhand score of a penalty shot for Raymond Bourne. David Pasternak calls game, and the Bruins win it 2-1. Bergeron, and the Bruins win the series.
Now here's Ryan Johnston and Bob Beers.
And for the second time this season, the Bruins come to Sunrise, Florida to take on the Panthers and try to take advantage of a team that is undermanned and playing out the string here. What's the biggest key for 2 points tonight here for the Bruins?
Not overlooking your opponent today. I mean, yeah, they're the 2-time Stanley Cup champions, but you've also got a ton of guys that are out of the lineup, a ton of regulars that are out of the lineup here for Florida. I mean, these 2, like I said, these 2 points mean as much as anything else, right? You got to play the game the same way, the right way, and you got to be mentally prepared to play this game the right way. Right now, the Bruins are 21st in the league on the road. They've been better lately. They've won 3 in a row on the road. They've gotten themselves over 500. They're the number 1 home team in the league.
Sure.
But you've got 4 games in a row now on the road. You haven't clinched anything yet. You've still got teams kind of there. I know that they've built a little bit of a cushion here with the 4 wins in a row, but you've got some teams that are still there. So you've got to take care of business in a game like this on a team that is definitely undermanned, but still very capable.
Tonight's keys to the game brought to you by Town Fair Tire. For the guaranteed lowest prices on tires, go to Town Fair Tire, because nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. We'll have the opening face-off coming your way on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Here's another key to why nobody does it like Town Fair Tire. Free lifetime tire rotation. Get your tires rotated every 5,000 miles to help you get the most out of your tires. Go to townfairtire.com to see more key reasons why nobody does it like Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Mass Mutual presents an uncomfortable pregame conversation between goalie UC Saros and center Ryan O'Reilly.
Hey, Juice, what are your financial goals?
No goals.
Like, no goals for retirement?
No goals.
What about a new home?
No goals.
Good talk. See you on the ice.
No goals.
Planning and protection on and off the ice. Go to massmutual.com today.
We are live on Hockey Island, inside Riley's mind, to bring you the first ever Inside Out Classic, an NHL game unlike anything you've ever seen before, featuring the Washington Capitals and the New York Rangers. Get ready for an emotional hockey showdown with joy, sadness, anxiety, and the rest of Riley's emotions. The Inside Out Classic. Capitals Rangers, Sunday at 7 Eastern on Disney Plus, Disney XD, and Disney Channel, and the ESPN app.
Now at Wendy's, you can go big, biggie, or biggier. With our new $4, $6, or $8 meal, you choose your deal, as you should. Sorry, I get fired up when I'm talking deals. More biggie options, more of what you really want at Wendy's.
Price and participation may vary. Single items at regular price. Prices may be higher in Alaska, California, and Hawaii.
Sports don't get any tougher than hockey, and trucks don't get any tougher than Ford F-Series, F-150, and Super Duty. The trucks that move mountains also move parade floats and snowmobiles. With that versatility, it's no wonder Ford F-Series is the #1 selling pickup for 49 years straight. Visit your New England Ford dealers today for great offers. A proud partner of your Boston Bruins. Sales claim based on 1977 to 2025 calendar year total sales.
The Celtics play on the Sports Hub.
Bruins and the Florida Panthers coming up here from Sunrise. The third and final meeting on this regular season between these two teams. Bruins still looking for their first win. Dropped a 4-3 decision on home ice back in October. Came here in early February, the last game before the Olympic break, and ended up losing that game in a shootout 5-4. As we get ready for puck drop, let's take you down to ice level and get tonight's national anthem presented by Mass Mutual, planning and protection on and off the ice.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright
Being a business owner takes hard work and a whole lot of miles. So we needed a serious business card that could go the distance. We chose the Capital One.
Ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Getting ready for the opening face-off here between the Bruins and the Panthers. We'll take a look at our starting lineups here tonight. In goal for Florida is Sergei Bobrovsky. On defense, the pairing of Mike Benning and Gustav Forsling. Up front, it's Maki Samoskevich, Eetu Luostarinen, and A.J. Greer. For the Bruins, Jeremy Swayman gets a start in goal. Charlie McAvoy, Jonathan Aspro, your defenseman. And up front, Casey Middlestat, Pavel Zacha, and Victor Arvidsson. The starting lineup is brought to you by Big Y, celebrating 90 years. It's not just our anniversary, it's yours too. You're the Y.
And the first 5 minutes of this game presented by your New England Ford dealers, America's best-selling trucks for 49 years. Bruins will be in the road white sweaters, white helmets, and black pants as they start a 4-game road trip that will head to Tampa, Philadelphia, and Carolina along the way. Just 2 home games left among the 7 remaining games on the regular season schedule, including this one. Florida Panthers here on home ice in red sweaters, white numbers, the dark blue helmets and pants. Bruins will go from left to right here in the first period as Pavel Zacha wins the opening faceoff.
Florida's numbers aren't bad here at home on home ice. I know they've had a trying year, but numbers are pretty good here. Respectable.
5 games over 500 here at Amerant Bank Arena. They get a puck along the blue line of the Bruins zone here. Forsling will wrap it around the far side. Mittelstadt is there and lofts it out towards center. Arvidsson trying to knock it past Forsling, who clears it back ahead. Mittelstadt back inside the Bruins zone. Angles it off the end wall behind the net to Aspero. Into the neutral ice. Zacha going to hand it back off for McAvoy. And up the right side, Mittelstadt kicks it deep, and he'll chase Forsling in the near corner. Puck pulled back behind the net here by Mike Benning. Sent around that far side and pushed out of the zone by Tkachuk. Jokiharju will come back and cut it off halfway deep in the Bruins zone. Hampus Lindholm's pass directed ahead by Pasternak, but he was shy of the red line, and that'll be an icing against the Bruins in the early going.
Yeah, a little too far in front of Pasternak on that hard pass from Hampus Lindholm over on the left wing side. We're going to talk about what they want to do here on the faceoff. So, I mean, this building is a little bit different than what we've seen it here over the last couple of years. It's been crowded. It's been packed. I'm not going to say it's half empty, but maybe a third anyhow, right?
It's close to it. Yeah, there are a lot of empty seats.
A little quieter here this year just because of the season that they've had and a lot of the injuries that they've had.
On the far side circle, a centering pass by Husnikinov, ricocheted wide near side corner.
Feeling it. He wanted that puck. He was coming in from the right point, looking for that pass.
Scored his first goal as a Bruin the other night. Had an assist in that game as well, as Bennett has picked off coming into the Bruin zone.
I think with him, it's the compete level, Ryan. And I think Marco Sturm kind of said as much this morning when he talked to the media. Like, just you need him to, he's got to be hard in certain areas and compete. He's capable.
Angled in behind Bobrovsky here. Elias Lindholm in there on the forecheck against Forsling, and now Geekie comes deep there as well. Kept alive at the blue line, or it was not, by Zadorov. Brought back in offside, says the linesman. So
yeah, I mean, like in a game like this, right? You're going to have to manufacture some of your own intensity because it's going to be. It's quiet so far.
Yeah, there's not going to be a lot of energy in this building, and if there is, things have gone wrong.
Well, there's a lot of black and gold out there too. Right?
there always is. Yeah.
I mean, you go back before they were successful. If the Bruins were ever here during spring training, I mean, this was half full with black and gold.
Puck comes around behind Jeremy Swayman. Peak will loft one through center ice. Benning chased by Elias Lindholm. Will play it off the far boards. Oakvist to the near side for Forsling. Starting out of the Florida zone, comes to the near side of the red line and dumps it in. All the way around the far side of the Bruins zone. McAvoy right there. Gives to Peak. That man's for Jeannot. From the red line, he will play it forward. And Kastelik will put some pressure on and puts a shoulder into Hovorka behind the Florida net. Panthers clear, but that one will go for an icing. So a face-off coming in the attack zone here with 17:22 left in this first period.
Yeah, Hovorka's a big guy, right? 6'6", 230 pounds. Kastelik coming in and finish his hit. Hovorka sees him coming. Not a lot of NHL experience there, but
only his second game in the NHL.
He's going to know when Kastelik and Jeannot are on the ice.
Hovorka made one previous appearance. That was back in early February. Just got called up after the further injuries to their back end the other night. Face off here in the offensive zone for Minton. Hovorka out of the far corner will play it out to the blue line. And Stroza got it through the neutral ice. That'll be another icing.
Yeah, we're going to start off on this already, right?
Keeping the tally.
Look, Saturday night in Tampa. it's going to be, well, Saturday late afternoon, right?
Right.
5 o'clock game. That's going to be an intense game in terms of the crowd and everything else, and the way that game went in the outdoor game. I expect Philadelphia on Sunday to be an intense game.
They're right in the hunt here. So
Carolina's always a great crowd. The rest of this trip, you're not going to have to manufacture as much, but today you do. And
up along the end boards here, and Mitten able to pull it from the pile. Steps back toward that far side. Backhands it back to Aspero with a left point. His effort got blocked. Comes back around the boards toward the near side, and Nolan Foote will pick it up. Takes a bump from Husnadinov, but hands off. Tobias Bjornfoot coming ahead to the red line. Dumps in. Swayman had it jump over his stick behind the net. Aspero and Hinostroza both overskated. Aspero turns back and gets it. Bruins will clear it. McAvoy sent out to the red line. Picked off there by Sabrango. McAvoy regains and tries to get it ahead for Pasternak.
Yeah.
Just missed him, but angles off the boards, and he's got it.
No, Bobrovsky, though, alert that time because Pasternak's going to get there first easily. That's a nice read by McAvoy, throwing that puck off the back wall so it angles back out in front, but Bobrovsky alertly getting a piece of it before Pasternak can get there.
Cleared up the far side here by the Bruins. Pavel Zacha in deep here to the Florida zone. Arvidsson tried to wrap it far side, got off the end of his stick, and ends up coming out of the zone. Here the red line. Hampus Lindholm dropped it back. Work it forward to Zacha. Now on the near side boards. Trying to go to work. Puck goes toward the side of the net. Bobrovsky puts a stick on it. Seth Jones will play it up that far side. And lift it in here by Luostarinen. Jay Greer collides with Jokiharju coming behind the net. Near side circle. Samoskevich has it. Fires and scores. And so Florida gets on the board first. 4:20 into this first period. 1-0.
You know Florida's style. It's not going to change. Dump the puck in. Get in on the forecheck. Jokiharju goes back for this puck. A.J. Greer, the forecheck. Jokiharju wins the battle, actually, but tries to make a pass to Zacha. Gets picked off by Samoskevich. He walks right into the slot and just rips this puck home with a little screen in front. You know, good on Samoskevich. I mean, I don't know if Raymond ever saw Jokiharju's. He goes back to the front of the net. But when you win the battle against Greer, then you got to make a good pass coming out of the zone. And Samoskevich picks it off, and that puck's in the back of the net.
That's goals in 3 straight for Mackie Samoskevich, the Newtown, Connecticut native.
He's played well against the Bruins.
Has 9 goals total on the year. Puck gets tossed back toward the Bruins zone here. Sent across the ice to the far side. Zadorov will dump one in on Bobrovsky. Gloves it down, and he's going to lift it right back up the middle. As the puck trickles into the Bruins zone, Peak will play it off the far wall, picked off over there by Boqvist. And the Panthers get set. Near side or far side circle. Kachuk with a shot, gloved by Swayman through some more traffic there.
You know, the feel that we had in that Columbus game in the first period, I don't have that same feel yet, but, you know, after that goal and kind of the way that it just happened, and then a turnover inside your own zone off of a forecheck. You got to be ready to play.
Don Corrali will take a defensive zone face-off. Vinny Hinostroza gets in there. Corrali wins it. Aspero from the far corner. Tossed it out to center ice. Settled down there by Havorka. Played it back toward the Boston blue line. McAvoy to Aspero. Up the left side, Kastelik. Able to hold his ground against Havorka. But volleyed back out of the Florida zone, though, and McAvoy will skate back. Leaves it far circle for Aspero. Pass up the left side. Kastelik into the middle for Jeannot. Directed toward Bobrovsky. He'll steer it around behind the net. Havorka in the far corner. Comes back behind his own net. Chased down by Kastelik. Gets a stick in there. Steals the puck. Knocks him down. Kastelik to Corrali. Near circle. Walked off to the far side. McAvoy center blue line. His shot blocked. McAvoy.
That's a skate play.
Who is that? Did. Here's a shot. Bobrovsky trying to get it covered, and he does. It was Nolan Foote who his skate blade came off, and so he was trying to get back to the bench, but only had one skate to do it.
Tanner Jeannot had that chance right there. That's McAvoy realizing that Foote had lost a skate blade off the shot that he blocked. He's trying to get to the bench, so it's a 5-on-4, and McAvoy penetrates into the left wing circle, gets his puck for Jeannot. Jeannot's done a lot of good things. He needs a goal. Right? Yeah. He needs a goal. It's been a little while for him, and it's, that line's going to play the same way no matter what, and they're going to drop the gloves when necessary, but he needs a goal.
No points in his last 17 coming into this one for Tanner Jeannot.
Goal and assist, let's put it that way, yeah. What do we got going here, Brian?
The conversation going with Nikita Zadorov and the referee right now. I'm not really sure what's going on here.
I don't know. And we're left to wonder because there's no announcement or anything. So I think it's part of who's supposed to be on the ice. The Bruins had time to make a change and they didn't. And the referee's telling them, no, those guys have to come back out. I assume, but
I don't know. Zadorov still arguing whatever point he's trying to make, but they line up for the face-off with Corrali to take the draw in the offensive zone. One of the Panthers was clearly in the circle. They let it go. Panthers clear all the way down into the Bruins zone. Near side boards, and Zadorov will turn it up ice. Sabrango gloves it down near the red line. Played it back to Jones inside his own zone here for the Panthers.
Yeah, that line going for a change now. Well, Kastelik's still out there, but the other two forwards changed.
Zadorov pivots out from behind the Bruins' net. Collected on to Husnudinov, but turned over, and a shot from the near circle by Bennett is handled by Swayman. We'll get our first timeout. 13:52 to go here in the first period. Florida out to a 1-0 lead on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Ah, New England spring. We're so ready to get outside and celebrate with all the deliciousness from Big Y. Charcuterie expertly plated, oh so nicely. Shrimp with cocktail sauce, chilled and spicy. Spiral ham glazed to perfection. Candies, cakes, and other sweet confections. Spring has finally sprung. Big Y. Nicely done. Closed on Easter Sunday, so our employees may enjoy time with loved ones.
Hi, it's Ryan Johnston. Join Bob Beers and me for the call of today's game on the Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V, available at your local New England Honda dealers. The puck drops tonight at 7.
Electrical contractors, get on board Granite City Electric's GCE Night Train. Order your materials to be delivered overnight to the job site the following morning and save time and money. Go to GCEnighttrain.com to order.
Opening day is tomorrow. Join Budweiser and the Zolak and Bertrand Show live from Lucky Strike Fenway tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Brought to you by Budweiser. 150 years of Bud and baseball. Must be 21 plus.
Chevy trucks have you covered when the road takes you from smooth sailing to Chevy Colorado will eat up some of the toughest terrains with 5 available drive modes. And Silverado and Silverado HD have the muscle to take you out for some serious. With multiple engine options and impressive towing, while Silverado EV is the perfect combo of performance and capability. Nice. Making it a snap to hitch up this electric truck and hit the road. Wherever the road leads, Chevy trucks are right there with you. Visit your New England Chevy dealers.
This is Boston's home for sports.
The first 5 minutes of tonight's game were brought to you by your New England Ford dealers, America's best-selling trucks for 49 years. 13:52 left here in the first. Florida has the 1-0 lead on the goal by Mackie Samoskevich. Marco Sturm spent a good chunk of the media time out there talking with referee Gord Dwyer about whatever it was that the Bruins were peeved about. Puck comes across the ice inside the Bruins zone here. Kachuk will wrap it far side.
It's a line change. So, the visiting team has to make the first line change, and usually the referee will give him an opportunity. The puck goes out of play. The referee give him an opportunity to make that change, and then he'll hold his arm up and say, are you all set? Yes, okay. And then the home team makes their change. But I'm guessing that was never afforded Marco Sturm there because he was trying to make a change.
Bruins must have felt like that arm went up a little too fast.
I don't know.
Perhaps.
I don't know. I mean, it took a while for them to drop that puck.
Right. Well, pretty typically, they wouldn't leave the Corrali line out there for an offensive zone face-off.
Not especially after they just had a good chance and had been out there for a while.
Here's Arvidsson bringing toward the Florida zone. Down the left circle against Forsling. Turns with it in the corner. Got it to Zacha. Shot ends up going into the near corner. McAvoy brings it around from behind the net to the far side corner.
Like I said, we're kind of guessing on that. We don't know for sure.
Digging for it along that far corner. Panthers will outlet it to Verhaeghe. On the left side, Forsling will carry into the Bruins zone. Sends one toward Jeremy Swayman's crease. Paddled that aside. McAvoy got it to the blue line, but not out. Tkachuk holding it in. Now it's Bennett turning with it out near the blue line. Sends one down the slot to Verhaeghe, left circle. Deals it back to Jones. Over to his right, Sabrango. Over to that far circle, and Bennett with a one-timer. Snuffed out by Swayman.
Swayman's been busy here to start.
Chuck behind the net, centering pass. McAvoy knocked that away from Bennett.
Good defensive play there. You know, that's their top line, right? Bennett, Tkachuk, Verhaeghe.
Jones right back into the Bruins zone against Jokiharju as they go behind the net. Jokiharju able to twist him off of that puck for the moment, but the Panthers keep it alive. Greer coming toward the high slot. Shot blocked off Mitten. And the rebound came right to Sam Bennett, who makes it a 2-0 Florida lead.
It's another battle won by the Panthers in the offensive zone. It's when it comes down to it for the Bruins to win games, you got to win battles. And Panthers win this battle. And they work it from low to high. Get this puck into the middle, and Seth Jones just wins this battle. Bennett comes in and supports, gets it back to the point. Shot comes through, it gets partially blocked, or a pass comes through, and there's Bennett. After he wins that battle in the corner, he gets to the front of the net, and he gets the shot away.
26th goal of the season for Sam Bennett. And the Bruins down 2 here early. 12:10 to go in this first period. Zadorov on the far side circle. Had it knocked back around behind the net. Greer picks up, coming toward the near side. Turns and pushes it back down deep. Keep putting pressure on Samoskevich. Samoskevich pass over to Greer. Shot blocked, pushed out of the zone by Husnudinov. Tossed right back in. And both teams will get some changes done here.
Yeah, you know, it's not... I got to point out one guy that needs to be a little bit better here to start this game, and that's Jokiharju, right? All the credit where credit's due. He had a goal and assist last game. He played pretty well, but he's been directly involved with both of these goals that have been scored.
Noah Gregor getting it around behind the Bruins net. Chanot tapped it toward Corrali, and now Aspero lobs it out towards center ice. Chanot stepping in front of Gregor, gloving that puck down, sent it forward, but Bjornfoot will play it right back out. Focused in across the Boston line. Hands off on that right side. Nolan Foote from behind the net, taken by Kastelik coming toward the near side. He will bring it up to the red line. Other one deep. Avorka sent it around the glass. Kastelik reaching up, couldn't get a glove on it. Jokiharju fires from out near the blue line. Bobrovsky turned that away. Puck cleared from the zone. Dumped right back in here by Hampus Lindholm. Kastelik in the near side corner. And behind the net, but Panthers will get possession. Comes back across to Bjornfoot. Pass deflects off Jokiharju deep into the Bruins zone. In behind the net. Pushed up the near wall by Reichel. Bruins will get it cleared, but that one will go for another icing. No, they're going to wave it off.
Oh, wow. I expected a whistle there.
Yeah, I think Mike Benning did too. He'll carry out of his zone instead. Verhaeghe dumps in from center ice, wrapping around to the right side. Zadorov couldn't clear. Reichel tied up over there with Hinostroza. Now Geekie tosses out into the neutral zone. Benning turns with it over by his own bench, sends it across ice near side for Forsling. Halfway through the first period, Florida up 2. Dump in by Benning, blocked by Middlestat.
I think that hit. I think it hit the boards where the door opened. Now the Bruins are icing.
Yeah, that pass from Zadorov misses Geekie.
Not sharp at all. Not even close. Plenty of time left in this game, but not even close right now for the Bruins standpoint.
You brought up the first period in Columbus on Sunday when the Bruins fell behind 3-0.
3-0. It could have been 6-0.
Yeah. Off this face-off, Sabrango to Kachuk. Fires one wide on the stick side. Pulled out from behind the net. Zaka was there to sweep that away from the crease. Bruins clear. Kachuk back in the neutral zone. Tried to play it ahead. It bounced off of Peak for Hagee. Winds up with the puck, but stripped. Zaka's pass doesn't connect with Arvidsson.
You know, as good as they were in that game against Dallas, dialed in, you know, defensively, they were so good in that game. You know, that it can get away from him in a hurry.
Jones back inside his own zone here. Circle back behind his net. Get away from Zaka. Pass up the middle to Verhaeghe. Near the red line. Try to backhand it deep. Cut off by Middlestat. Middlestat trying to find some space over by the Florida bench.
They're trying to make a change.
It's Benning once again here for the Panthers. His pass deflected off of Pasternak, blocked it, and it goes firing up toward the Bruins bench. We'll take a timeout with 8:48 to go here in the first period. It's the Panthers 2 and the Bruins nothing on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
In 1977, Ford F-Series became the best-selling trucks in America. 33 million trucks later, we've kept that title every year since. And that's a formula we plan on repeating. Ford F-Series, built Ford tough. The best-selling trucks in America for 49 years and counting. Based on 1977 to 2025 calendar year industry reported total sales.
Hey, it's Charlie McAvoy, and I'm proud to partner with Service Credit Union because I believe in their mission to support first responders. This season, our 73 Reasons campaign is giving back over $250,000 to protect those who protect us. Join thousands making a difference today at servicecu.org.
Don't waste time looking for the lowest price on Bridgestone tires, because when it comes to Bridgestone tires, nobody beats a Town Fair tire deal. That's right, you get the guaranteed lowest price, plus the most free services for life on your new Bridgestone tires. Town Fair Tire is the area's largest discount tire dealer with over 125 locations. Nobody beats a Town Fair tire deal. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
Feeding the Puck for Families is proudly presented by the Shaw's and Star Market Foundation. With every assist, the Shaw's and Star Market Foundation Nourishing Neighbors Initiative will donate funds to the Greater Boston Food Bank to end hunger here in our local communities. Up to $50,000. Learn more at 985thesportshub.com/feedthepuck.
Boston Sports Talk, the Sports Hub.
8:48 left first period. Bruins down 2-0 to the Florida Panthers. Bruins have lost 4 games in regulation since January the 20th. All 4 of them to teams that are currently outside the playoff structure. And now trailing 2-0 here in Florida to another team that will have their season coming to an end in a couple of weeks. Luostarinen will rim it around the Bruins zone. On the far side circle, Pasternak trying to chop it through Samoskevich. Gets tied up in that corner. Comes back toward Jones of the blue line. He played it down the wall, picked off by Pasternak. Outlet pass is behind Fraser Mitten and dumped right back in by Sabrango. Far side circle, Samoskevich able to get it into the corner. Behind the net, Greer coming toward the near side. Gets it back to Sabrango with a point. Throws one in front, and Swayman able to make a glove stop as he had both Luostarinen and Aspero standing in front of the net.
Fans, hockey season's the perfect time to get a high-efficiency Peerless boiler. Be ready and start saving now. Find the Peerless boiler that's right for your home or business and a list of local installers at peerlessboilers.com. Remember, Peerless Boilers, the world's best built boilers.
Face off to the right of Jeremy Swayman. 8:09 to play here in the first period. Kastelik and Luke Cunnin on the draw. Kastelik wins that. Lobbed out into neutral ice. Picked up, coming through center here by Hampus Lindholm. Brought it across the line. Shot blocked by Hovorka. Janot got it to Corrali near circle. Hit the outside of the net. Bobrovsky wasn't sure where it was. Jokiharju's got it back at the point. Gave it up and got it back from Hampus. Throws a shot to the net, and that one gloved by Bobrovsky out at the top of his crease.
Well, this line's the one that has had some life for the Bruins. It's the Corrali line. Go to work again behind the defense. Win a couple of battles. Hampus Lindholm gets involved in the rush that time, but Janot first in on the forecheck. He's going to force the turnover. Shot comes from the right wing circle. And then they track down the rebound. I mean, it's simple hockey, but you need some life, you need some energy, and this line's trying to provide it right now. You had Janot with a good chance, and then that one was Crowley.
Elias Lindholm out to take this face-off in the offensive zone. Reichel in the slot, Geeky on the near side of the circle. Face-off win by the Panthers. Forsling will just hoist it high into the air, bouncing down near the Boston blue line. Jokiharju swats it ahead.
That part of their game hasn't changed, right? Win a face-off, just flip it out into the neutral zone, get into a battle or a foot race for it.
Benning turning inside his own zone here for the Panthers. Off the far wall, looking for Gregor. Bruins regain. Lob back into the Florida zone. Bobrovsky will hand it off for Forsling at the side of the net. Goes around to that far side. Gregor under pressure. Nosek trying to push it out of the zone and just does get it out. Former Bruin playing just his 15th game this season. Missed most of the season with knee injury.
Yeah, his line mate is Boquist, another former Bruin. A.J. Greer, former Bruin. I know Marchand's not playing, but former Bruin.
Nosek didn't make his season debut this year until March the 3rd. There's a chance in front of Swayman, and Peak able to keep Verhaeghe off of that puck. Now Tkachuk in the right corner, battling with Zacha. Right up the middle here, Forsling cuts it off at the blue line, dumps it right back in behind the net. Tkachuk swatted off of his stick by Peak. Outlet comes to Arvidsson. Lost it coming through neutral ice, just out of Tkachuk's reach at the Boston blue line. Zadorov goes back behind his net, under pressure, gives to Middlestat far circle. Zacha, one touch along for McAvoy. With speed through the neutral zone. McAvoy pulls up just inside the line. He's all by himself. Rims it around the far side. And the Panthers take it back. Jones from behind the net. To the near circle. Sabrango couldn't get it cleared. Pasternak trying to lift it back down toward the corner. That's knocked out of the air, and Greer will toss one ahead, but that goes into the Bruins bench for a whistle. 6:01 left here in this first period with Florida up 2-0.
Line's been yelling something at the Bruins bench. McAvoy's had some good jump to start this period, or start this game, I should say. He's been so good for them here. I mean, most of the year, but especially since the Olympics. You know, the guy that can control the play, control the pace when he's out there. Aggressive. Aggressive in terms of, you know, pushing play, pushing the pace.
McAvoy setting a new career high in points this year with an assist the other night.
And Aspro's been a great compliment with him.
Bobrovsky off a dump in. Play it around that far side. Mitten couldn't grab it. Samoskevich gets it out of the zone. Loose puck at center ice. Pasternak got a stick on it, but Greer gets it right back into the Bruins zone, and a chance in front that just missed Luostarinen. Pasternak will work his way back up ice. Gives to Minton on the right side. Minton down the circle. Pushed in behind the net. Ridden to the boards. Puck pulled back out in front by Pasternak. Chopped away, and penalty coming here against Florida. They get it to Hampus Lindholm at the center of the blue line. Gives it to Pasta. Swayman just now realizing the penalty, headed toward the bench for the extra attacker. Pasternak gets knocked down at the blue line by Samoskevich. Bruins keep it alive. Now it'll be touched up. And the whistle comes, slashing the indication. Boston will get its first power play of the game with 5:08 remaining here in the first period. Panthers leading at 2-0 here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network. Driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
The Honda Spring Event. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 4.99% APR on a 2026 Civic, a 4.49% APR on a 2026 Civic Hybrid, or a 3.49% APR on a 2026 HR-V.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic SI and Type R. Now at Wendy's, you can go big, biggie, or biggier. With our new $4, $6, or $8 meal, you choose your deal, as you should. Sorry, I get fired up when I'm talking deals. More biggie options, more of what you really want at Wendy's.
Price and participation may vary. Single items at regular price. Prices may be higher in Alaska, California, and Hawaii.
We've all seen them. Drivers who are looking at their phones. Is there anything more crazy? It's like they're asking to be in an accident. And why are they even on their phones? To find better car insurance? That's easy. Just pull over and talk with an independent agent about safety insurance. They'll make sure you benefit from great coverage and great value. Ask an independent agent about safety insurance. We'll help you manage life's storms.
TD Bank's here for an assist with a special checking and savings account offer for new customers. Perfect for fans of the Bruins. Learn more at td.com/garden offer or stop by any TD Bank location in New England. Terms and eligibility apply. TD Bank, bank of the Boston Bruins.
Bring on the spring at the Honda Spring Event. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 2.99% APR on a 2026 CRV or a 3.99% APR on a 2026 Passport. Hurry into your Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details.
Champions play here. The Sports Hub.
Bruins going to go to the power play here with 5:08 remaining in the first period, down 2-0. And a chance to try to ignite things. Power play 3 out of 6 in the last 2 games after going just 13.5% in the first 16 games out of the Olympic break.
A little tap there from Samoskevich as Pasternak tried to bring that puck out from the corner to the front of the net.
Face off.
Not a ton, but
yeah,
enough, I guess.
Panthers got it cleared right off the draws. The Bruins started forward here. Zacha gives to Pasternak on the right side. Gains entry along the near side boards. Boquist able to take it away from him and clear it right back out. Minute and a half to go on the power play as McAvoy circles from behind the net. Gives it to Zacha. He will wind his way between the circles. Gives it to Arvidsson now through neutral ice. Back to Zacha. Steps to the line, and Forsling able to tap that puck off his stick. Stop the Bruins in their tracks. Zacha will try again. Poke checked away from him by Jones this time. Pasternak to Zacha. Able to gain entry. Pasternak just inside the line. Zacha near circle. Pressed into the corner by Jones. Puck back to McAvoy at the right point. Stepping in. Threw it toward the slot. Ricocheted off of Greer and just wide of the net. Loose puck near the top of the circle. McAvoy kept it alive. Middlestat gives back to McAvoy up top. Far circle. Pasternak fired it right through the top of the crease. Looking for Arvidsson right in front.
Arvidsson shortened up on the stick. He's right at the top of the boot pane. He had a chance.
Zacha cross ice. Pasternak kicked it to his stick and then shot. Bobrovsky made the stick save. Greer out of the far corner. Backhands it into the air. Kicked by Middlestat at the blue line to keep in, but then lost it out of the zone as he tried to stick handle away from Luostarinen. Bruins changing, and an errant puck stolen by Bennett coming in front of Swayman. Never did get off a shot. Out of the near corner, tried to bank it in off the Bruins goaltender.
McAvoy threw that puck back for Arvidsson. Arvidsson was going to the bench.
Bruins coming forward here with 15 to go on the power play. Near side corner, Elias Lindholm. Now Minton along the wall. Tkachuk gets in the way of him, and Bennett out at the blue line. Lost it, but Reichel couldn't hold the line. Power play comes to an end. Samoskevich out of the box. Reichel, pass for Geekie, didn't connect. Bruins go for a change. Under 3 minutes to go here in the first, down 2. Bjornfoot carries ahead toward the red line, dumps in, rattles around to the far side corner. Hampus Lindholm had it picked off behind the net by Gregor. Couldn't get out in front. On that far side wall, here's Foot, far circle shot, save made. Rebound put up over the net by Forsling. Hampus Lindholm in behind the Bruins net. Lobbed out of the zone by Jokiharju. Bouncing puck will go in on goal. That avoids an icing. Havorka finds Forsling. Pass out towards center ice for Foot. Broken up. Peak brings back to the red line and dumps in. Around the far side wall. Corrali hands back toward the point. Zadorov shot. Deflected by Kastelik. Went wide. Kastelik goes into the near corner with a shoulder on Hinostroza. Now on that far side, Havorka headman's on to Boqvist, coming out into the neutral ice, lost it, and Kastelik gets it back from Zadorov, and then he goes down, coming in across the blue line. Hinostroza will dump it down towards Swayman. Elias Lindholm got it out into the neutral zone, but get clogged up there. No check over by the area between the benches. Back toward his own blue line. Elias Lindholm trying to chop that puck free. Aspero winds up with it. Geekie hands off for McAvoy. Charlie's going to circle back toward his own zone. Bruins were finishing a change. Bruins can't gain entry. Sabrango getting a stick on it. Bennett Over to the far side. Back to Sabrango near side again. Verhage to Bennett. Tried to get it back to him. Picked off. And Minton brings the Bruins forward. Chips it down the near boards, and Sabrango takes him out of the play. Jones sent it back into the fray in the near corner. Minton and Sabrango. Bennett. Usnadinov all digging in there. Pasternak will come away with the puck from the top of the right circle. Take the shot. Steps around Bennett. Comes all the way around behind the net. Sends one out in front. Minton couldn't handle it. Now does. He's got it near circle. Back up top for Aspero. To Minton, top of the right circle. Over to the far side for McAvoy. Had to track it off the wall. Now Pasternak in front. Off of Bobrovsky. Usnadinov have a chance. And they score. And it's Minton who finally did find that. And gets the Bruins on the board with 26.7 to go here in the first. Cuts the lead in half.
Finally the answer you're looking for here. A couple of battles won, and Mitten's a big part of it in the corner. That's going to keep a puck alive, and the Bruins are going to go to work in this offensive zone, getting everybody involved. Aspero back over to Mitten. Mitten tries to make a pass to McAvoy. Doesn't connect, but McAvoy rotates it down low to Pasternak. Gets a nice bounce off the skate of Bennett. And then you've got 2 or 3 Panthers in front of the net that are going to Usnadinov. And that's going to leave Mitten wide open to the left of Bobrovsky. And he's going to pull this puck off the goal line and put it up over the left pad of Bobrovsky. But that's a good shift by that line and a shift that the Bruins needed.
17th of the season for Fraser Mitten. And perhaps a injection of exactly what the Bruins need here at the tail end of the period as the puck comes rattling around the near side of the Florida zone. 15 seconds to go in the period. Zacha in the near corner. Benning will turn it loose. He's got Forsling chasing through the slot to the far side. 6 seconds left from the red line. Fires one in on Swayman. Stick that away. Benning sent it to the far side, and Forsling wasn't ready for it. Horn sounds and brings us to the end of the first period. So the Bruins falling behind by 2, but Mitten cuts into that lead at the 1932 mark with his 17th of the season. And it's the Florida Panthers with a 2-1 lead after 1. We'll be back with our first intermission and a look at the NHL's 3rd star of the month, Pavel Zacha, when we return on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Honda Spring Event. Now's the time to check out the Honda Civic and HR-V from Honda, the 2025 Kelley Blue Book Best Value brand. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 4.99% APR on a 2026 Civic, a 4.49% APR on a 2026 Civic Hybrid, or a 3.49% APR on a 2026 HR-V.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic Si and Type R. Based on 2025 Consumer Choice Awards from Kelley Blue Book. Visit kpp.com for more information.
Builders, remodelers, and homeowners, listen up. Partner with one of the most trusted, independently owned lumberyards and showrooms around, Cape Cod Lumber and CCL Homescapes. Check out CCL Homescapes for your Anderson 400 Series windows and doors for your next project. Anderson is the #1 trusted window and door brand. CCL, your go-to supplier for Anderson 400 Series windows and doors. Visit us online or come and see us in person in Abington. CCL, 100% employee owned and operated.
Hi, I'm David Morales, General Manager of WellPoint in Massachusetts. We're proud to continue our partnership with 98.5 The Sports Hub and the Hometown Heroes program, honoring the everyday heroes who work tirelessly to make our community stronger and healthier. From first responders to community leaders, these individuals deserve our recognition and gratitude. Now we want to hear from you. Head to 985thesportshub.com/heroes and nominate a hometown hero today.
Hey, it's Sean Flaherty, managing partner at Catches Law Group. There's something about Bruins hockey, toughness, tradition, and pride that runs deep in New England. That same mindset is how Catches Law Group was built for over 40 years. We've been this region's hometown law firm, fighting for our neighbors and recovering over $3 billion for the people who count on us. We are real trial lawyers who deliver real results. Because when the pressure's on, you need a team built to battle. Visit catcheslaw.com to schedule your free consultation today.
NHL fans, give yourself some great looks this season and get Boston Bruins tickets at Ticketmaster. As the official ticket marketplace of the Bruins and the NHL, Ticketmaster has a wide selection of tickets available for every game, so you can catch all the action live all season long. If your plans change, you can sell or transfer your tickets, and mobile tickets make it easy to get into the arena in time for puck drop. With Ticketmaster, you'll ensure that when they shoot, you'll score. Get tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Bruins.
Electrical contractors, do you travel to job sites every morning wondering when your materials will arrive? Granite City Electric Supply can change that feeling and have your crews working first thing every morning. Use the GCE Night Train. Overnight delivery guaranteed by 6 a.m. to most job sites throughout New England. Or pick up at one of 27 GCE Night Train depot locations, providing convenient 24/7 access to materials for pickup on your schedule. Granite City Electric, proud partner of the Boston Bruins Radio Network.
The game is on the Sports Hub.
Bruins trailing the Florida Panthers 2-1 at the end of one period. And for our first intermission this evening, we're going to highlight an incredible month of March for Pavel Zacha. Of course, disappointed in having to miss out on the Olympics because of injury. He turned into an offensive force over the last month, leading to him being named the third star of the month in the NHL on Wednesday. He's also the second star of the week last week in the NHL. 13 goals, 9 assists, 22 points in 16 games in March for Pavel Zacha.
As Zacha got knocked down, here's McAvoy bringing back out toward the blue line. 10 seconds to go. McAvoy down the right circle, trying to get it in front. Off of Ballpark, they score! Pavel Zacha with the game winner, and the Bruins win it in overtime, 3-2.
Yeah, I think we try to, do a lot of exchanges there, especially with him. He's a great skater, and, he beat his guy, made it 2-1, and then, he did a great play. So I think that's something in overtime that, he used this skill and took over one guy, made it 2-1. That's what you want to do. You don't want one guy, and he did a great job the whole overtime.
Now Geekie lays it down off the end boards to Arvidsson. Around the boards back to Geekie. Center blue line McAvoy. Top of the right circle. Pasternak threw one in front and they score! It ricocheted off Zacha from between the circles. And the Bruins grab a 1-0 lead on the power play goal. Middlestat back to Hampus. 4 to go in the period. Middlestat left circle. Shoots. Save made. Rebound. Score! Did they beat the clock? Zacha fired it into the net.
We're going to look at it. It's a beautiful play. The first pass to Elias Lindholm was a good one. He just couldn't get a shot off. They rotated back up high, down low, and I believe it was Geekie who made the little pass through the seam. It's a goal.
That's going to count.
Zacha's going to get it with 0.2 seconds to go.
Fowler knocked off it by Pasternak. Here's a chance for Zacha from the left circle. He shoots and scores. So Pasta nearly buried it. Zacha does, and the Bruins with the empty netter make it 5-2. And then Arvidsson got decked in the far corner, a little slow in getting up. Middlestat to Zacha, top of the left circle, scores! There's the hat trick for Pavel Zacha as he makes it 6-1. First of his career.
Yeah, no, it took longer than I thought it would, but no, I'm just trying to play a two-way game, and today when I scored two in the first period, there was a chance to score a third, and our line was going really well, power play, so I was happy that I went in and got the hat trick.
Arvidsson in the far corner. Pass got deflected, comes across the ice and settled by Aspero. Centering pass, here's Zacha, scores! Throw the hats! Zacha's got 3, and the Bruins are back in front.
But he's just feeling it this year, I feel like. He's been very good. I give him the support. We give him the support. He got his line mates, and he's very calm and happy. I think that makes a difference.
Here's Zacha stepping in and scores. Zacha coming right down the middle, goes top shelf over Ersson. It's 2-0. And the Bruins come forward. Zacha to Pasternak. Into the middle for McAvoy. McAvoy to the far circle. Zacha coming in front, and they score! Zacha pops the second opportunity, and the Bruins grab the lead with a power play goal. Ritsu stumbled. He tried to get past McAvoy. McAvoy throws a pass ahead. Arvidsson's got a lane right to the net. He scores! It's Zacha! Arvidsson fed it right to the doorstep. He directs it around Markstrom, and it's 2-0 Bruins.
I was thinking about the whole break. How can I come back and be a difference maker? Just kind of focusing on the little things, winning the puck battles, being good on a face-off dot. And I know, with our power play and our lines that, we're going to have a good push here, and that's something that I focused on. And I'm happy that, it's going in now.
Middle snap, picks up at center ice, finds the lane to the right wing side. Pulls up top of the circle, crossing past Arvidsson. Right in front, Zacha scores! The Bruins on the rush, and Zacha gets his second of the game, deflecting in that pass, and they grab the 2-1 lead. McAvoy to Pasternak again from the red line. Cuts into the middle, across the line, to the left circle. Zacha shot, scores! Pavel Zacha with the game winner in overtime. And the Bruins beat the Sabres 4-3. Geeky to McAvoy, jumped away from him, but Pasternak got it. Down the far circle. Tried to get it to Lindholm. His shot directed up over the net. Sent back out in front by Pasternak. Still loose. They score! They score! Zacha again! We're tied at 3. 11 seconds to go. Bruins have come from 3 down in the third.
It's been great to see a guy like him. He's very quiet, but he works his way up very quietly too by being early on the ice, work on things. Starting in the summer, he's taken a lot of time on doing those kind of things the right way, and I like that about him. And yeah, no, he's been all year long very consistent. The line also helps. We always talk about them, so that really helps. And he feels very comfortable, and you can see it on the ice.
Pavel Zacha's month of March, one for the record books. Just the 5th Boston player in the last 42 years to score at least 13 goals in a month. Brad Marchand, David Pasternak, Jerome McGinley, and Cam Neely, the others. Zacha and the Bruins, though, trailing 2-1 to the Florida Panthers at the end of one. We will get a check of the Sports Hub headlines when we return on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Reed's Ferry Shed Spring Sale. 10% off every Reed's Ferry Shed ends next Sunday. Lock in 10% off and your spring delivery date. But again, 10% off ends next Sunday, the 12th. So visit Reed's Ferry, see acres of sheds open today till 5. Or shop online at reedsferry.com. Then make the call. The spring 10% off sale at Reed's Ferry Sheds. You'll get a good one.
It's Joe Murray, and I am in on Bally's Lincoln Casino Resort. If you haven't been in a while, maybe you're still calling it Twin River, you're missing out. This place is on another level. 4,000 slots, over 100 table games with live dealers, blackjack, baccarat, and a poker room. Free live concerts every Friday and Saturday at the Lighthouse Bar, plus big shows at the Event Center. Not to mention awesome dining at full hotel and spa. Check out Bally'sLincoln.com and follow at Bally's Lincoln on Instagram. I am in on Bally's Lincoln in Lincoln, Rhode Island. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 877-9-GAMBLE.
Hey, sports fans. Want to win cars, trucks, cash, and more, all while supporting Parkinson's Warriors? Go to punch4parkinsons.org now and use promo code SportsHub to save 50% off today. That's punch4parkinsons.org.
Opening day is tomorrow. Join Budweiser and the Zolak and Bertrand Show live from Lucky Strike Fenway tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Brought to you by Budweiser. 150 years of Bud and baseball. Must be 21 plus. The Granite Group, the region's home for everything in plumbing, heating, cooling, and energy products, has opened its first South Shore branch in Braintree, located right off Granite Street at 100 Bay State Drive. The Granite Group proudly features world-class brands like State water heaters. When it comes to durability and efficiency, no one does it like State. Contractors visit the Granite Group in Braintree for exclusive daily specials and in-house promotions. You'll find a friendly team dedicated to giving you easy access to the products you need to make your job easier and your work life better. Learn more at thegranitegroup.com. Opening day is Friday. Join Budweiser and the Zolak and Bertrand Show live from Lucky Strike Fenway starting at 10 a.m. Score cool 98.5 and Budweiser gear from the Sports Hub Street Team. Brought to you by Budweiser. 150 years of Bud and baseball. No purchase necessary. Must be 21 plus.
Your hot takes on the Sports Hub.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station ID on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network.
From the Town Fair Tire Studios, this is Boston's home for sports. WBZ-FM at HD Boston, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Media Group Station. Sports Hub headlines. Presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
NHL scoreboard. After one period, no score between Buffalo and Ottawa. The Penguins, they're up 2-1 right now on Tampa Bay. No score between Montreal and the Rangers. And Detroit has a 1-0 lead over Philadelphia. Carolina out to a 3-0 lead over Columbus. And midway through the first period, the Devils, they have a 2-1 lead over Washington. Later on tonight, Jets, they travel to Dallas. Wild host Vancouver. Chicago's in Edmonton. Get the Flames and the Golden Knights at 10 p.m. Leafs at the Sharks, Mammoth and Kraken. And in the late night game, Nashville heads to L.A. The Red Sox will have their home opener tomorrow at Fenway Park. They welcome the Padres. They'll also celebrate their 1986 pennant-winning team prior to the game. Five-time Pro Bowler Stephon Gilmore has announced his retirement. He won a Super Bowl with the Patriots back in 2018. And the Masters this year will no longer have, or will not have, Tiger Woods or Phil Mickelson. Mickelson will miss due to health reasons. Headlines, they're brought to you by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Enjoy quick and convenient vehicle maintenance this month. Visit NewEnglandOilChange.com. You'll save 15% off your next draft or oil change at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, the official oil change of busy people. And Bruins fans, the latest Bruins Authentics auction ends at 10 p.m. tonight. Don't miss your chance to place your bids on the game-used home set 2 jerseys, including the sweater worn by David Pastrnak when he passed Bobby Orr for 7th place on the all-time scoring list. Visit BostonBruinsAuthentics.com. I'm Joe Murray. Second period's next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Hey, hockey fans, it's Bob Beers. If you're ready to upgrade your outdoor living space, look no further than TimberTech Decking and Railing. TimberTech is the #1 premium composite decking brand, and it's tough enough to handle anything. It looks just like real wood, but without the costly maintenance of a wood deck. It won't rot, warp, splinter, or peel, ever. And it's backed by industry-leading warranties, so your deck will last year after year after year. Connect with a local contractor or order free samples at TimberTech.com to see the TimberTech difference for yourself. TimberTech, everything wood should be.
Whether you're putting together a hockey team or Ford's award-winning lineup of SUVs, a great team starts with the right players, like the iconic Ford Bronco family, with great looks and the 4x4 capability to perform on or off the ice, and the rugged Ford Explorer, with seating for 7 and room for all your gear. Check out the full lineup of award-winning Ford SUVs at your New England Ford dealers today. Proud partner of the Boston Bruins.
Bob's a financial professional who's currently enjoying a win-win scenario, meeting with a valued client and enjoying a round of golf. But Bob's used to win-win scenarios because he works with Mass Mutual, who not only provides the freedom and flexibility to offer his clients products and solutions that meet their needs, they offer Bob the autonomy, compensation, and optional home office support that meet his. Win-win. Success for your clients and yourself. The feeling is Mass Mutual. Learn more at massmutual.com/wealthmanagement.
Hockey season is the perfect time to get a high-efficiency Peerless boiler. Be ready and start saving now. Find the Peerless boiler that's right for your home or business and a list of local installers at peerlessboilers.com. Remember, Peerless Boilers, the world's best built boilers.
98.5 The Sports Hub and the Bruins Radio Network welcome the following new partners. Your New England Chevy dealers and the Chevy Silverado. TimberTech Decking and Railing, #1 in premium decking. Order free samples at timbertech.com. Blue Sky Restoration. Tune in to hear this date in history being restored by Blue Sky all season long. And remember, if you have a property disaster, visit goblusky.com. And your Boston area Lexus dealers. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer today. From the home of the Bruins, thank you for joining our winning team.
Now at Wendy's, you can go big, biggie, or biggier. With our new $4, $6, or $8 meal, you choose your deal, as you should. Sorry, I get fired up when I'm talking deals. More biggie options, more of what you really want at Wendy's.
Price and participation may vary. Single items at regular price. Prices may be higher in Alaska, California, and Hawaii.
Hi, New England. Russ Hoyt, President and CEO of the Hoyt Foundation here. Please join us in Hopkinton on Saturday, April 11th for the Team Hoyt Taper, a 5-mile run to honor Dick and Rick Hoyt's legacy. Register at teamhoyt.com.
Who provides expert consulting to guide your IT decisions? Who builds IT plans that align technology, growth, and strategy? Who delivers consulting services that turn today's needs into tomorrow's roadmap? Expert guidance, strategic IT planning, real outcomes.
Access, security, trust. Intrasystems.com.
Hit 985thesportshub.com.
Back up top for Aspero. To Mitten, top of the right circle. Over to the far side for McAvoy, had to track it off the wall. Now Pasternak in front, off of Bobrovsky, who didn't have a chance, and they score! And it's Mitten, who finally did find that and gets the Bruins on the board with 26.7 to go here in the first, cuts the lead in half. And it is a 2-1 Florida Panthers lead as we get ready to start the second period. Fans, TD Bank card holders score special benefits at TD Garden, from pro shop discounts and free tours to free popcorn and more. Learn more at the TD Garden website. TD Bank, bank of the Boston Celtics and Bruins. Mackie Samoskevich got Florida on the board with an unassisted goal, his 9th of the season at 4:20 of the first. Sam Bennett's 26th from A.J. Greer and Seth Jones at 7:39. Fraser Mitten, you just heard, his 17th from Husnudinov and Pasternak at 19:33. The lone tally for the Bruins so far. Boston a 9-7 shots edge in that first period. 17-15 Boston were the attempts.
You know, sometimes, and we've given the Bruins a ton of credit, and big picture, they deserve it, right? We said since January 1, 22-6-6, second best record in the NHL behind the Buffalo Sabres. Month of March, 10-3-3. But sometimes you need a reminder about the way you need to play. And that first half of that first period, I think, would serve as that. And they picked it up a little bit. They got the goal to make it 2-1. Still plenty of time.
Here's Forsling with a drive. Swayman gobbles that up.
You still got to win battles. They're not a pretty team. They're not a fancy team. You've got to win battles.
Well, and as you said earlier, I mean, regardless of who's Florida's got in the lineup tonight, they're going, they're going to play the same way they always do.
They're going to try to play the same way. They're going to have guys that are trying to prove themselves. Go back to the Nashville game. I know Nashville got a little hot after that and whatever. They've cooled off, but since then, you look at the lineup and you're like, oh, we're going to win this one easily. They can't do that. Colorado, they can do that.
Right. Top of the far circle. Boquist tried to turn and shoot. Lost it. Puck pushed out of the zone.
You know, a team that's ultra skilled and is used to winning a certain way, and they're teams that can get away with that. You know, you outscore your mistakes sometimes, and I know the Bruins can do that from time to time. But for them to be successful, you got to play the game the right way, their way.
Aspero gets it to Elias Lindholm, chips it down toward the left wing corner. Reichel couldn't catch up to it along the near side boards. Turning with it is Gregor. The center ice picked off by Hampus Lindholm. Skates back into the attack zone, but has it knocked right back out. Now a foot race for it at center ice. And Jokiharju first to it. Boquist regains here for Florida. Drops back in his own zone. Seth Jones coming toward the red line, and he'll dump in. Ricochets off a stick, bounces in towards Swayman. He drops it back into play. Jokiharju to Hampus. Near side for Minton. He'll play it deep. Bobrovsky will shovel it away from his net. Off the near side wall. Chuck sent it across ice in front of the Bruins bench is Bennett. Back into his own zone to Forsling. To the far side. Carrying it was Bjornfoot. Got it across the line here to Verhaeghe. Now to Bennett, a straight-on shot blocker stopped by Swayman.
Too much of a gap. You know, as much as we complimented.
Chance out in front. Kachuk put it through the crease. It went wide to the far side post.
We gave the Bruins all kinds of compliments against Dallas. You know, there was no room in the neutral zone. The back pressure was good. The gaps were good from the defensemen. They were stopping plays at the blue line. That one right there, you're all the way back past the tops of the circles.
And Marco Sturm talked about the gaps, how important that is to their game defensively.
It was so obvious
this morning.
In that game how good it was against Dallas. And, you know, especially in the third period. They gave up 3 shots in the third period. It was 2-2 going into the third. Right. They gave up 3 shots.
And scored 4 goals.
And scored 4 goals. They only gave up a power play goal against. Like, that's how good they were in the third against the Dallas Stars. And like, when it's not there, it's really obvious.
Panthers iced it. Face off in the offensive zone here for Sean Corrali. Kastelik moving high slot. Shot goes up over the net. Battle for it on the far side of the net. Brought around near side by Forsling. Panthers break out. They're moving from left to right here in the second period. Bjornfoot's pass deflected by Kastelik. Bennett still able to get it deep. Around the near side wall, taken by Zadorov. From the red line, he'll send it toward Bobrovsky, who stops it in behind the net. Around the near side, Jeannot got it off the wall and threw it in front. Kastelik coming through the slot.
Good tip by Kastelik. Unfortunately, got blocked in front.
Now Foot
got a piece of it.
Foot leads the Panthers forward. Shot attempt by Hinostroza didn't make it to the net. Kastelik from the near circle. Turning away from Cunnin. Got it out into the neutral zone. Bounces back toward the Boston line. Cunnin trying to get it through. Zadorov can't. Now he's held against the boards by Jeannot. 3:15 into this second period. Bruins down by a goal. Played back toward his own blue line by Havorka. Now to the red line he comes. Hinostroza gets a piece on the dump in. Zadorov will pick up the puck in the near corner. Rims it up the near side wall, but nobody there, and that'll go for an icing.
At least what a game.
An unforced icing?
Certain guys.
Yeah. Face-off will be to Swayman's right here, as Kastelik will take the draw against Luostarinen. Far circle down to our right. Kastelik gets a warning.
Kastelik's had a long shift. Him and Jeannot have been out there for a while.
And off of the face-off, puck pushed toward the front of the net. Jeannot and Peak combined to keep Greer away from it. Back in that far corner, still battling for it. Peak has it pinned against the boards. Now chips behind the net. Zadorov with a lane near side. Tosses it out to center ice. Zaka trying to keep it moving forward. Bruins will get some changes here.
Yeah, that'll get the changes.
It was about 1:45 on that shift for those guys. Puck behind the net, taken away here by Samoskevich.
Zadorov's been out there a little while as well.
He and Samoskevich battling their way into the far corner. Yeah, Zadorov's the only guy who hasn't changed. 2-minute shift now for him. Back at the center of the blue line. Benning threw one to the front of the net, tipped on its way, and Swayman takes it in the chest and hangs on.
Zadorov's he's a big man who can really move and get going, but it takes a lot out of him when he's out there. And if he gets stuck out there on those long shifts, those legs get a little straighter. You can't get the pucks. You can't close on guys. 2-minute shift. I know you had a whistle in there from the icing, but still, that's a taxing shift.
And we've mentioned it a number of times this year, but at his top speed this year, skating-wise, he's one of the fastest defensemen in the league when he gets going. His turnaround shot here gets blocked. Loose puck far circle. Yoki Harju trying to backhand a bouncer, couldn't. From that far circle, thrown to the net, and Swayman up against that far post makes the save on Boqvist. Another face-off in the D zone coming.
Has he told you he's got the hardest shot on record?
Has not clarified that to me, but I know he did to our colleague down the way there, Judd Surratt.
No, it was on the plane for everybody to hear. No, I like the confidence. I really do. And when he's on his best, he's a guy that can make a huge difference for you. He puts some fear into other players. He can skate. He can move the puck. He can shoot it, obviously. His penalty killing is generally good.
Puck in the far corner here.
He's one of those deterrents that's, can be a hard guy to play against when he's on his game.
Elias Lindholm gets it to Geekie, and he gets it out of the zone. Picked off just outside the blue line, dumped right back in here by Boqvist. And quite the character, Nikita Zadorov. Elias Lindholm tossed it forward, settled down at his own blue line by Bjornfoot under pressure. Bruins nearly take away. Jones will leave it at the top of the circle for Gregor. And now Jones once again. Long pass ahead, standing all by himself at the Bruins blue line was Nosek, but Hasbro closed on it.
They were going for a line change.
Verhaeghe on the far wall gets a piece of the clearing effort, thrown back toward the net. Up down by Swayman, who plays it back in. McAvoy out to the red line where it's picked off by Benning. Then back around the Bruins zone.
dump in, wrap around, start your forecheck. That's Florida's game.
Geeky gets a pass into the middle here for Reichel, who sends it forward. That one will be played by Bobrovsky. Forsling comes out behind the Florida net. On the right side comes Benning. Dump in from the red line. Swayman.
Wrap around.
Yep. Thrown back to the net. Swayman makes the save on Verhaeghe.
Their game doesn't change. Wrap the puck around. If Swayman can't get to it, you're establishing your forecheck.
Yeah. In NHL history.
I thought he got to 2,000.
Yeah, just did. 2005
oh, okay.
tonight.
Yeah,
Yep.
no, I thought you said 1,000.
No,
like,
no.
oh,
2005.
Yeah.
Up along the near side corner. Battling for it, Mitten. Panthers will break out. Verhaeghe coming out toward the red line. Chips off the near boards.
He's entertaining. You know, he's talking about Paul Maurice. Good coach, obviously, but his press conferences can be entertaining.
Very dry.
Yeah.
You know, but as you said, entertaining. In addition to being second all-time in games coached, third all-time in wins. There's a drive here by Hampus. Lindholm turned away by Bobrovsky. Rebound forced off to the corner. Verhaeghe right toward the slot. Grabbed there by Sabrango.
Well, it was interesting. The last game that these two teams played here in Florida, and you remember better than me the name of the guy that hit McAvoy in that game.
Sandis Vilmanis.
Vilmanis.
Yes.
He never returned to that game.
No. Played 15 minutes the next night against Tampa. There's a shot from the point here by Aspro, scooped up by Bobrovsky.
But Paul Maurice, paraphrasing, he's like, yeah, I didn't think it would be smart to have him back out there.
Yeah.
I've never seen that before.
If you're wondering, by the way, Vilmanis is back in the American Hockey League and not available tonight.
Could have gotten interesting tonight if he was in there.
2-1 Florida has the lead. 12:49 to play here in the second on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Ah, New England spring. We're so ready to get outside and celebrate with all the deliciousness from Big Y. Charcuterie expertly plated, oh so nicely. Shrimp with cocktail sauce, chilled and spicy. Spiral ham glazed to perfection. Candies, cakes, and other sweet confections. Spring has finally sprung. Big Y. Nicely done. Closed on Easter Sunday, so our employees may enjoy time with loved ones.
Chevy trucks have you covered when the road takes you from smooth sailing to Chevy Colorado will eat up some of the toughest terrains with 5 available drive modes. And Silverado and Silverado HD have the muscle to take you out for some serious. With multiple engine options and impressive towing, well, Silverado EV is the perfect combo of performance and capability. Nice. Making it a snap to hitch up this electric truck and hit the road. Wherever the road leads, Chevy trucks are right there with you. Visit your New England Chevy dealers.
Planet Fitness has everything you need to power your progress, like free fitness training and best-in-class equipment, so you can give everything you've got. Join the club today for 1 cent down, $15 a month. No commitment. Deal ends Friday, April 10th. See club for details.
It's Jim from Ace Ticket. Spring is finally here and Boston is back. Your Boston Celtics are back in the playoffs and the Red Sox are back. Be either at the Celtics for the Boston Garden Party or the Red Sox game at Fenway Park. Call 1-800-MY-SEATS or visit aceticket.com before they're gone.
Zoe and Beetle, middays on the Sports Hub.
Fans, the Bruins will be back at TD Garden on Saturday, April 11 to take on the Tampa Bay Lightning. It's a 12:30 matinee matchup. Visit bostonbruins.com/tickets to secure your seat for all the action now. Bruins trailing 2-1 here in Florida. 12:49 to play in the second period. Face off in the offensive zone for Elias Lindholm. Far circle to our left. Wins the draw. McAvoy blasts one wide of Bobrovsky. Ricochets back out toward the blue line. Aspro hustling over. Took a hit from Boquist, but able to keep it alive. From the near circle, Lindholm's pass through the slot. Gets around McAvoy and back out toward the Bruins blue line. Aspro under pressure. Able to play it forward. Elias Lindholm for a cutting Geeky. Knocked off his stick near center ice. Aspro will give it to Reichel. Throws it across ice. Geeky settling one. It came to him about waist high. Sends it toward the slot. Picked off there by Forsling. Out of the zone they come.
Geeky would like to make a better play there. More kind of assertive play. He's fighting it right now. And watched him this morning. He was out. He was the last guy off the ice this morning in the morning skate, except for the guys that weren't playing.
Right.
For the guys that are in the lineup here today, last guy off the ice, working on a few things. He's trying to find it. It's not from a lack of effort or lack of caring, but he's trying to find it right now, and it's a massive slump that he's in.
14 straight without a goal. The leading goal scorer this season for the Bruins, the career high of 34. Has a career high of 63 points this year, besting his total from last season.
Yeah, the assists are still there, and kind of the playmaking, but it's just there's not a lot of threat right now.
Hampus Lindholm angles into the corner. Arvidsson got it in front. Middlestad turns. Shot blocked by Sabrango and goes over the glass.
It's not. He's had chances. I go back to that Philly game. Two or three chances in that game. There's been a couple other ones where he's been robbed.
Had some good chances against Toronto. That's what I was thinking,
yeah,
too.
Toronto. But opportunities on a consistent basis, which came to him a lot, aren't there right now. Now, is that a Pastrnak-Geeky thing? I mean, they tried it for a while. Defensive zone was a little suspect, and they tried to spread it out and try to get him going in different ways, but they say it's not for him. It's some guys, they kind of, they have an air about him where they don't care. He doesn't have that air about him.
No, not at all.
Yeah. And low maintenance, hard working. You want to see him succeed, but it's not going for him right now at all.
On the far side circle here is Tkachuk. Got it back to the blue line for Forsling. Bennett, high slot, shot blocked by Lindholm. Far side wall. Forsling will wrap it back around the near side. Zaka in front of Benning. He's got him pinned against the boards now. Verhaeghe pulls the puck free. Tried to center, blocked by Yoki Haru. Thrown toward the net by Tkachuk. That gets blocked. Bennett, he's shaken up as that shot deflects up and out of play. And
I'm surprised. I thought Bennett might be shut down. We don't know his injuries, obviously, but I thought he might be shut down around after the Olympics. And, Marchand obviously shut down. I mean, these guys have been battling some injuries all year long. Still effective, Bennett is. He's going to battle no matter what, but he got hit in the back with that shot from the point. Not a lot of padding back there.
No. Again, you look at these Panthers injuries. Ekblad goes out the other night, took a shot off the hand. Kulikov goes out the other night, took a shot in the nose, or puck got him in the nose. Just
what's going on? There's people falling all over the place.
Samaskevich lost his stick in a collision with Peak. Here's Zadorov trying to get into the attack zone.
Sticks and bodies falling down and knocked down.
Far side, Husnadinov will get a bear hug on Sabrango over along that far circle, the Panthers zone. Puck will come back toward the blue line. Peak played it back down the wall. Jones trying to hold off Mitten along the end wall. Husnadinov and Pastrnak both digging in there as well. Minton's got it, kicks it back in behind the net. Here's Pastrnak, near circle. Back toward the near side boards of the hash mark. Zadorov played back toward the corner, but taken away, and Luostarinen will clear. And that will go for an icing here against the Panthers with 9:26 left in this second period. Bruins still down by one.
The Bruins haven't established that offensive zone cycle down low since the goal, right? The goal late in the first period. I'm saying the second period. They have not established that yet this period. Haven't been in a ton of trouble. There was one deflected shot that Swayman had to make a save on, so they've been better in their own zone, but trying to establish something here as this game get better as the game goes on, because it wasn't the start that they wanted.
Boston with 3 shots on goal through the first half of this second period. Samaskevich will carry one forward here for the Panthers and then puts himself offside with a pass for Greer. We'll take a timeout. 9:19 to go in the second. Florida 2 and the Bruins 1 on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
The Honda Spring Event, For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 4.99% APR on a 2026 Civic, a 4.49% APR on a 2026 Civic Hybrid, or a 3.49% APR on a 2026 HRV.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic SI and Type R.
The Shaws and Star Market Foundation have teamed up with 98.5 The Sports Hub for Feeding the Puck for Families. Every time Boston feeds the puck to help score a goal, the Shaws and Star Market Foundation Nourishing Neighbors Initiative will donate funds to end hunger here in Eastern Mass. Since its inception, Nourishing Neighbors has raised more than $250 million across the country to ensure their neighbors have the nutrition needed to thrive. Locally, with each assist, the foundation will make a donation of $100 to the Greater Boston Food Bank, up to $50,000 to help our neighbors in need. Learn more at 985thesportshub.com/feedthepuck.
No matter what you drive, having the right tire matters. So take control with a new set of Bridgestone tires from Town Fair Tire. You'll choose from the area's largest selection of Bridgestone tires, and you'll get the Bridgestone tire you need at the guaranteed lowest price. Plus, Town Fair will give you more free services than all other tire dealers, clubs, or online sites. Nobody beats a Town Fair tire deal. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
Bring on the spring at the Honda Spring Event. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 2.99% APR on a 2026 CRV or a 3.99% APR on a 2026 Passport. Hurry into your Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details.
Toucher and Hardy, mornings on the Sports Hub.
Marat Husnudinov and David Pasternak assisted on Fraser Mitten's first period goal with those feeds. The Shaws and Star Market Foundation donates another $200 to the Greater Boston Food Bank to help fight food insecurity. Learn more about feeding the puck for families at 985thesportshub.com/feedthepuck. Bruins down 2-1, just past the midway point of this one. 9:19 to go in the second period. Face-off win by Corrali just outside the Boston blue line. And now the Bruins are going to be whistled offside at the Florida line. Kastelik with a little push toward Bjornfoot after that whistle. And Bjornfoot says, no thank you,
That
sir.
was quick. That's about the only thing we've seen today. It hasn't been that type of game, so now you have to, we said you got to manufacture your own intensity level. The crowd's been quiet. There are a lot of black and gold here. Ran into them, some of them last night. Maybe at the elbow room.
I was just about to say that.
Good hockey people. But it's just, it's a quiet building right now. And they said you look at who's in the lineup and who's out of the lineup for Florida.
There's the door off from the point with a shot through some traffic. Bobrovsky able to get a stick on it.
It's not often you're past the halfway point of a Florida-Boston game and you've got one penalty.
Right. Puck tied up deep inside Florida territory. Corrali in the near corner. Kastelik whips it across the ice. Was deflected by Foot. Comes to Peak. His shot blocked by Foot. Goes out of play.
Fans, Well Point is proud to honor our hometown heroes again this season and recognize the incredible people making a difference in their communities. Know someone who deserves to be honored? Nominate them today at 985thesportshub.com/heroes.
Shot blocked by Nolan Foot, playing in his 7th NHL game of the year, which ties a career high. He's a 6th-year pro. His dad, one-time Colorado Avalanche, Adam Foot, now the head coach, Vancouver Canucks. Face off in the offensive zone here for the Bruins. About 8.5 to go in this second period. Bennett pushes it back behind his own net. Brango off the near wall, taken from the blue line by Tkachuk. Bennett coming to the middle of the Bruins zone. Couldn't get it through McAvoy. Puck patted out of the air. Verhaeghe on the far wall. Lost it to Geekie. His pass ahead for Pasternak didn't connect. Elias Lindholm near the red line. Had a blind pass picked off by Verhaeghe and steered around behind Jeremy Swayman. Swayman keeps it moving toward the near corner. Hampus Lindholm taken away on the wall. Tkachuk tried to shoot. Came bouncing through the slot. Bennett backhands one in front. It's 2-on-0 in front of Swayman. And he took it away from Tkachuk. Two Panthers right in front of Jeremy Swayman all by themselves. And Tkachuk tried to go up top. Swayman got it with the glove.
Yeah, turnover on the half wall. Guys kind of running out of position a little bit. Tkachuk with the chance off the pass, the quick pass in front. Bennett kept it alive. Verhaeghe to Tkachuk just to the left of Swayman. And Swayman a little extra after making that save.
Little flourish on that glove stop.
Little extra on that one.
Forsling gets a high shot on Swayman.
Guy that used to do that a lot was Roberto Luongo.
There's a shot from the left circle, and there's another one. Yeah. Swayman's feeling it now.
Yeah, Roberto Luongo, I saw in between periods up here. He would put a little extra on those saves, those glove saves. Well, Swayman's had to make 2 great saves here. It's a 2-1 game. There's 7:43 remaining in the second period. The Bruins haven't come anywhere near where they need to be in order to win this game. And not a lot going on this period, but your goaltender just made 2 really big saves.
Face off to the right of Jeremy Swayman. Off the draw. Puck pushed around behind the Bruins net by Gregor. Race to it near side. Aspero and Boquist come together. Puck jumps into the air. Glove down by Corrali. Gives it to McAvoy. Off the far wall. Loose puck at center ice picked up by Jeannot. Cutting to the right wing side. Along the hash marks. Pressed up against the boards by Benning. Here's McAvoy. Center of the blue line. Starts back toward that far side. He's around behind the net for Kastelik. Kastelik takes it back to the right circle. Back to the left point for Aspero. Tried to shoot through Boquist, and it got it kicked out of the zone, and now Boquist racing ahead. Gets a shot in on Swayman from the right circle. Jeremy, another big stop there.
Offensive blue line, when the puck gets back to the point, you've got to change the angle, and if you don't have a shooting lane, it's got to go back down behind the net. If you're not going D to D, it's got to go back down behind the net.
Bruins putting some pressure on the far side of the Florida zone, but they'll break it. Samoskevich out to the red line. Tossed it in behind Swayman. Waits for it to get the trapezoid. Keeps it moving toward the near side. Greer cut in front of Husnudinov, but then lost it back to him. Zadorov to Mitten. Chips up the left wing boards. And it comes back quickly to the Boston zone with Greer. Samoskevich along the near side wall. Zadorov takes down Greer along the near wall. A shot by Jones that tips just wide of Swayman. Uskarinen got it right back out in front. Point blank chance. Samoskevich. Swayman equal to that one.
There's been, in the last 2 minutes, there's been 4 grade A chances. At least 3 grade A chances for the Florida Panthers.
Panthers lost it back into their zone. Bobrovsky nearly misplayed right in front of his net. Now it'll be Jones to dump it right back in. On the far side, Kunnin and Yoki Harju get tangled in that far corner. Back to the point. Bjornfoot tried to play it for Hinostroza. Sent back out of the zone here by Hampus Lindholm, but they'll reload quickly. Hinostroza kicking it to his stick from the far side wall. Plays it deep. Foot going into the corner. Got it back to Hinostroza. Throws one in front. Stick save. Swayman gathers in his rebound and covers. And brings us to a timeout with 5:31 to go here in the second period. Florida 2 and Boston 1 here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network. Driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Sports don't get any tougher than hockey, and trucks don't get any tougher than Ford F-Series, F-150, and Super Duty. The trucks that move mountains also move parade floats and snowmobiles. With that versatility, it's no wonder Ford F-Series is the #1 selling pickup for 49 years straight. Visit your New England Ford dealers today for great offers. A proud partner of your Boston Bruins. Sales claim based on 1977 to 2025 calendar year total sales.
TD Bank cardholders score special benefits at TD Garden, from pro shop discounts and free tours to free popcorn and more. These benefits were made for game time. Card eligibility restrictions and terms apply. Learn more at td.com/TD Garden Perks. TD Bank, Bank of the Boston Bruins and the Boston Celtics.
Good news, homeowners. Over the last 5 years, home values have increased more than 40%. Bad news, homeowners. Some of you haven't adjusted your insurance to cover your home's increased value, which means a natural disaster could also be a financial disaster. Relax, people. Talk to an independent agent about safety insurance. They'll make sure you have the coverage you need today to ensure a happy tomorrow. Safety insurance will help you manage life storms.
Hockey season is the perfect time to get a high-efficiency Peerless boiler. Be ready and start saving now. Find the Peerless boiler that's right for your home or business and a list of local installers at peerlessboilers.com. Remember, Peerless Boilers, the world's best built boilers.
Felger and Maz, afternoons on the Sports Hub.
5:31 to play, second period. Florida with a 2-1 lead. Bruins leaning extremely heavily on Jeremy Swayman here in the last few minutes. Have been outshot 14-4 in this second period so far. Swayman coming up with some big saves on point-blank opportunities for the Panthers. Boston has trailed this since the 4:20 mark of the first period. We're down 2-0 at one point.
It's amazing how you can play so well one game and then just not have it the next game. 2 days later.
Pastelik wins the defensive zone faceoff, but his stick broke. He ran back to the bench to get a new one. Puck rimmed around to the far side for Foote. Gives to Kunnin. Backhands down toward the corner. Inestroza shoved by Zadorov. Gets it back to the point. Aborka tried to shoot. Blocked by Janot. Stays in play as it nearly went over the glass. Near side corner. Puck will come toward Corrali, and he lifts it out of the zone, but that's going to go for an icing with 5:03 left in the period.
I mean, it truly is, right? I mean, so they have the best home record in the NHL. Most wins in the NHL on home ice, the Bruins do. You know, on the road, they've straightened it out a little bit here recently, where they've gotten over, one game over 500 on the road, puts them 21st in the league. And you get, I mean, this trip is a test.
And this is theoretically the easiest of the four.
You would think. You would think.
There's Janot pushing it forward here into the Panthers zone. Kastelik centered out in front. Cleared away from there by Jones. Tkachuk out into neutral ice for Hagee. Hagee from the Boston blue line. Sends it around behind Swayman.
But it's not that it's easy, right, Brian? It's just it's about playing the game the right way.
Sure.
The way that they've bought into in order to make them successful.
It just, it really does. You have to wonder as Arvidsson moves forward here through the neutral ice as they cut in across the line, top of the circle, gets it to Zacha in the left wing corner. Zacha try to push it back toward Aspero, picked off and sent back toward the Boston zone.
There's going to be games during the season you just don't have it. But there's another icing by the Bruins. But is it any coincidence that their 3 regulation losses in the month of March all came against teams that are not in the playoffs?
And it's their last 4 regulation losses total that have come against non-playoff teams.
And one in February, right? Yeah.
Just to give you an idea, the Bruins this year against teams that are going to the playoffs right now or are right now in the playoffs are 20-13-3. That includes 13-4-3 against the Eastern Conference playoff group. They save their best hockey for the best teams, it feels like. Sent one in front of Swayman, who will hand that off for Aspero. In the far side corner, it's Gregor. Pressured by McAvoy on the far wall. Forced him all the way out toward the blue line. Zacha couldn't get it cleared. Puck loose far circle. Back across, and Benning couldn't handle it as he was walking toward Swayman.
He's wide open.
Middlestad gets it out to neutral ice. Arvidsson just inside the Florida line turned over as he was all by himself. Bruins have gone for a change. McAvoy will come back and collect it behind Swayman. Steps around one man, try to play it into neutral ice. It gets redirected out of play over on the far side with 3:20 to go in the second period.
I mean, there's still time here, right?
Sure.
Over 23 minutes to go here in this game. I mean, there's still time to figure it out, but not much going on in this period positive-wise for the Bruins. Have they had a good scoring chance?
No, not that I can remember. Bobrovsky has not been tested all that much. Face off along that far circle, controlled by Greer. Tried to get it back to the point. Pasternak picked it off. You're going to carry through neutral ice, but can't connect on a pass. Pasternak, Elias Lindholm, and Geekie together here.
They got it. I mean, they're trying to search for something. The turnovers and the.
Lindholm coming through neutral ice, batted off his stick by a back-checking Samoskevich. It goes in on Bobrovsky. He covers.
Changing the subject, you were talking about Adam Foote earlier.
Yeah.
I ended up running into Ed Jovanovski downstairs. He does the pregame and the in-between periods here for the Florida Panthers. Was the first overall pick back in 1994. I never really talked to him. You know, I played against him, but never really talked to him. We sat there, we talked a lot, comparing injuries and things like that. He's had a lot of work done, but he looks good. He's a fun guy to talk to, just about the Panthers and to kind of get a feel for them and what they've been through, where they're at. He had a good career.
Oh, terrific career. Puck in the far corner of the Panthers zone.
He's got a good life here in Florida and South Florida.
It's funny how guys, found their way down here, and a lot of them don't leave. Puck comes out in front here. Geeky on the near circle. Back to Hampus. Threw it to the side of the net. Elias trying to direct that one on. Oh, we got Pasternak got knocked down and then took a stick while he was down there. Panthers coming up ice. Damaskevich to the right circle. Pushed around behind the net by Jokiharju. Puck will come back in deep. Greer out in front, and that one just missed Cunnin.
Cannot get beat back to the front of the net. If that was a better pass, Cunning's got himself a grade A chance.
Jokiharju to the red line, dumps it in. Under 2 minutes to play now here in the second period. Florida leading 2-1. Through the neutral ice comes Cunnin. Had his pocket picked by Reichel. Free puck to Zadorov. Far side of Peak. Carries all the way to the Florida line and dumps in. Down the far boards. Peak holds in at the blue line. Fires. Blocked in the slot. Grabbed by Bjornfoot. He backhands it off glass and out. Zadorov knocks down Hinostroza, who was pursuing that puck.
Yeah, I know fans were a little antsy on that one, but
Ustinov gets tackled by Cunnin. Puck into the far corner. Aspero at the point. Blocked by Verhaeghe, but gets it back. Aspero fires. That one will miss the net, come all the way back around, then out of the zone as McAvoy comes racing over.
Sometimes they penalize the stronger guy.
Right.
You know what I mean? Chara used to get a lot of those penalties.
Because Zadorov is usually the stronger guy.
Yeah, I mean, you're in a battle for a puck, and
Panthers coming
it's a mutual
forward.
battle, but one guy goes down and the other guy gets the penalty.
Bennett tried to give and go with Tkachuk taken away.
My point is that's a good non-call, and it was a good non-call for Hustinov for trying to break through Cunnin down the other end.
Corrali gets it behind Bobrovsky, far side. Kastelik sent it out in front. Tkachuk there to take away. 36 to go in the period. Corrali from the near corner, around the far side. Pasternak just jumped on for Kastelik. He's got it. Gives center blue line to Jokiharju. Fires. Glove stop by Bobrovsky, who saw it all the way.
You have to have a better shot than that. With a purpose. You've got pressure on in the offensive zone. You just got a line change. You just got Pasternak on the ice. You just made two fresh bodies on the ice. You've got Florida on the run. There's nobody in front. And it's a wrist shot from the blue line with nobody in front. That's a routine save for Bobrovsky. And they get the whistle and get people off the ice.
Yeah. Bobrovsky's going to glove that 100 times out of 100. Face off to his left, 27 seconds to go in the period. Hampus Lindholm keeps in at the center of the blue line. Gives to his right for Pasternak. Back to Geeky. Moving toward that far side wall. Tried to get it in front. It's blocked. Pasternak get it back to Geeky. Far side circle. It gets ricocheted off to the near side wall. Pasternak played it back through the slot. Nobody there except Greer. He'll play it back out of the zone and pushed forward toward the Boston line. Hampus Lindholm quick up for Elias Lindholm. 3 seconds to go in the period as he dumps in. That will do it for a scoreless second period. Bruins down by a goal, managed just 5 shots on goal in the period. And we'll go to the locker room trailing by 1 here in Florida. We will take a timeout. Back with our second intermission next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub. Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Bring on the spring at the Honda Spring Event. Check out the rugged Honda Pilot, Ridgeline, CR-V, and Passport, all from the 2025 Kelley Blue Book Best Value Brand. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.49% APR on a 2026 Pilot, a 2.99% APR on a 2026 CRV, or a 3.99% APR on a 2026 Passport or 2026 Ridgeline.
See dealer for financing details. Based on 2025 Consumer Choice Awards from Kelley Blue Book. Visit kvp.com for more information.
What if your instincts could pay off? With Robinhood Prediction Markets, you could put your sports IQ to work on the games you know best. It's not you against the house. It's you participating in a live market. Buy or sell your predictions all game long. Trade every play with Robinhood. Visit Robinhood.com/predict. That's Robinhood.com/predict. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
Builders, remodelers, and homeowners, listen up. Partner with one of the most trusted independently owned lumberyards and showrooms around, Cape Cod Lumber and CCL Homescapes. We're your destination for Matthews Brothers Windows. Matthews Brothers Windows are made in Maine, made to stand up to all kinds of tough weather. Matthews Brothers Windows, wicked awesome windows. Visit us online or come see us in person at CCL Homescapes in Abington. CCL, your go-to independent lumberyard, is 100% employee-owned.
Hey, it's Sean Flaherty, managing partner at Catches Law Group. There's something about Bruins hockey, toughness, tradition, and pride that runs deep in New England. That same mindset is how Catches Law Group was built for over 40 years. We've been this region's hometown law firm, fighting for our neighbors and recovering over $3 billion for the people who count on us. We are real trial lawyers who deliver real results. Because when the pressure's on, you need a team built to battle. Visit catcheslaw.com to schedule your free consultation today.
NHL fans, give yourself some great looks this season and get Boston Bruins tickets at Ticketmaster. As the official ticket marketplace of the Bruins and the NHL, Ticketmaster has a wide selection of tickets available for every game, so you can catch all the action live all season long. If your plans change, you can sell or transfer your tickets, and mobile tickets make it easy to get into the arena in time for puck drop. With Ticketmaster, you'll ensure that when they shoot, you'll score. Get tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Bruins.
Electrical contractors, your crews have better things to do than sit in their trucks and name cloud formations. Let Granite City Electric Supply get your crews working first thing every morning. Use the GCE Night Train. Overnight delivery to your job site by 6 a.m. Or pick up your materials with 24/7 access at one of 27 GCE Night Train depot locations. Let's face it, knowing your supplies will arrive at 2 p.m. doesn't help you in the morning. Experience the GCE Night Train difference from Granite City Electric, proud partner of the Boston Bruins Radio Network.
The Pats play on the Sports Hub.
Bennett backhands one in front. It's 2-0 in front of Swayman, and he took it away from Tkachuk. There's a shot from the left circle, and there's another one. Yeah. Swayman's feeling it right now. Yeah, pretty much the lone bright spot in that second period for the Bruins. Jeremy Swayman's play. They trail 2-1 at the end of two. Absolutely.
I mean, Bobrovsky didn't have to make a hard save that period. Not to my count, anyhow. You know, you give this team compliments, and it's worth repeating because in the big picture, right, second best team in the NHL since January 1, record-wise. And 10-3-3 in the month of March. But it's so obvious when the details aren't locked in. I mean, they're turning pucks over today. They're, icing pucks. They're, you're throwing out the puck at the net kind of mindlessly. It's just, you're giving up chances defensively. And 2 days ago, it was all compliments for the Bruins the way they played that game against Dallas. All complimentary. And rightfully so. They'd earned it. But, there's a lot of head scratchers today. And they're trying to get some guys going. It's been a quiet night for a few players that you need to get kind of going, and guys who have been hot lately for them. It has definitely been a quiet night so far, but it's 2-1 going into the third. Your goaltender just made probably 4 grade A chance saves in that second period, most of them towards the end of the second period. I was going to say,
right in the space of just a few minutes, really.
Not a lot was going on early, but you stayed out of the box. And generally you've liked the way you played 5-on-5 recently, and the last time you played against this team. But today there's something missing jump-wise from the Bruins lineup. And, they're trying to find it, and you got 20 minutes to do so. They got better as that game went on against Columbus. Obviously, they had a good second period. They didn't get anything to show for it. In the third period, they came back in that game. Today, that was not a strong second period for them in terms of generating chances anyhow. And, now it's finding another gear. There's a lot of pucks being turned over or plays to be made in the passing game. Passing game is way off here today. Trying to make a play here and there, and it's not sharp. I mean, there's no other way to put it. It's not sharp for them. So they're trying to find it, and you're not going to have it every game. You're not going to have it every period, but you're still in a position right now where, somebody make a play, game changes, and you're not playing against the Stanley Cup champion.
No,
Florida Panthers.
Far from it. I mean, at least half of that roster
is
Florida
Panthers, but it ain't the Florida. It's not the Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers.
Yeah, at least half of that roster is watching from up here with us.
Yeah, so like I said, it's not going to be there every night for you. I get that. I fully understand that, and sometimes coaches have to deal with that. Sometimes it's not easy. You have expectations at a certain level. You go through a whole pre-scout. You go through your game plan. You talk. You have your meetings. You watch a morning skate where the team looked pretty good this morning. I thought anyhow. I've seen a lot worse in the morning skates. I thought they looked okay this morning. Day off yesterday. They traveled, but when you see a game like they played against Dallas, you're like, oh, all right. This team has figured it out,
right? And
then you kind of see today, and you're like, where'd you go? It's so far.
Just going back to, they get the goal from Mitten in the last, 30 seconds of the first period. We've heard Marco Sturm say it a number of times this year, where if they don't have a good first period, but you come out of it and you're only down one. It's like, okay, you get that late goal. You would hope that's a springboard toward something a little better in the second period. They didn't fall any further behind, but it wasn't, it was just kind of there. They didn't really get a whole lot accomplished.
No. So, like I said, there's something missing from their game right now. They're searching for it, and you still have an opportunity to come out of here with, points, but you get 20 minutes to get it figured out, because it certainly has not been sharp for them. Like you said, some of that. Look, the Zaga line has been so good this the month of March, and even before that.
Yeah,
they've been quiet today. There's been some turnovers by that line. Pasternak trying to make things happen. He drew the penalty in the first period. He's trying to make some things happen. He's had a couple of hope plays. It seems like Geeky's still trying to find it. And I guess I'm singling guys out, but it's team wide right now. The fourth line's trying to do their part, just get it behind the D and work, which is their normal game. But I'm curious, to see what they do in their third period in terms of shortening the bench. If they shorten the bench, trying to get. There's been a number of guys I just haven't really mentioned today.
Yeah,
just because they haven't been. They haven't been involved to the extent that they need to.
Just your point about the Zaga line, all three guys, no shots right now. That's unheard of for how they've been playing of late. So 2-1, Florida has the lead after 2. Time for our music of the game, brought to you by Live Nation. Legendary guitar icons Joe Satriani and Steve Vai unite as Satch Vai Band. See them at Leaderbank Pavilion May 20th. Get tickets now at livenation.com. Check out the Sports Hub headlines next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network. Driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
The Granite Group, the region's home for everything in plumbing, heating, cooling, and energy products, has opened its first South Shore branch in Braintree, located right off Granite Street at 100 Bay State Drive. The Granite Group proudly features world-class brands like State water heaters. When it comes to durability and efficiency, no one does it like State. Contractors visit the Granite Group in Braintree for exclusive daily specials and in-house promotions. You'll find a friendly team dedicated to giving you easy access to the products you need to make your job easier and your work life better. Learn more at thegranitegroup.com.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for
1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now or go to carsforkids.org.
7 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
You know, everyone's got their spot. That place you head to for a great meal, drinks with friends, or takeout for the family. For me, that spot is 110 Grill in Hanover. The food's top-notch, the drinks are awesome, and the menu has something for everyone. Next time you're looking for your spot, go find your 110. Visit 110grill.com to find a location near you.
Thinking about finally buying a boat this year? Before you do, talk with Freedom Boat Club. They're the affordable, hassle-free alternative to boat ownership, and you'll save yourself thousands of dollars. Members enjoy training from licensed captains, unlimited usage of a huge fleet of boats at 21 prime locations, including the North Shore, Boston Harbor, Cape Cod, and their new locations in Fall River and New Bedford. FreedomBoatClub.com. Tell them you heard this ad for a special discount. Set yourself free with Freedom Boat Club. FreedomBoatClub.com.
Hi, New England. Russ Hoyt, President and CEO of the Hoyt Foundation here. Please join us in Hopkinton on Saturday, April 11th for the Team Hoyt Taper, a 5-mile run to honor Dick and Rick Hoyt's legacy. Register at teamhoyt.com.
This weekend, grab March by the Claw at the Fours in Quincy. White Claw is opening a $1 million bar tab for bracket season. So rally your crew, call for a couple of claws, and go to whiteclaw.com/couple of claws to score rebates or a chance at a gift card depending on your state. Must be 21. Rules and restrictions apply. In 4/6/26. Drink responsibly. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
The Bruins play on the Sports Hub. Sports Hub headlines presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
NHL scoreboard. After 40 minutes, we have a tie game at 1 between the Sabres and Ottawa Senators. It's the Lightning 4, the Penguins 2. Montreal, they have a 2-0 lead right now over the Rangers. Red Wings 2, Flyers 1. And Carolina is up 4-1 over Columbus right now. That game just underway in the third period. Midway through the second period, the Devils have a 4-2 lead over Washington. Stars up 2-0 on the Jets. Vancouver has a 2-1 lead over the Wild. Later on tonight, Chicago's at Edmonton, Flames and Knights. Sharks, Leafs, Mammoth, Kraken, and Predators are at the Kings. Red Sox home opener tomorrow versus the Padres. 5-time Pro Bowler Stephon Gilmore announced his retirement today. He played for the Patriots, helped them win a Super Bowl back in 2018. And the Masters will be without both Tiger Woods and Phil Mickelson this year. Tiger seeking help. Phil Mickelson will not play due to health reasons. Hey, Bruins fans, now's the time to lock in your group outing for the Bruins 26-7 season. Place a $200 deposit and secure priority access for your group when tickets go on sale this summer. Whether you're hosting clients, planning a night out with family or friends, or taking part of the youth hockey experience, you can bring your group to TD Garden and save on box office prices. Visit bostonbruins.com/groups to place your deposit. I'm Joe Murray. Third period next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
In 1977, Ford F-Series became the best-selling trucks in America. 33 million trucks later, we've kept that title every year since. And that's a formula we plan on repeating. Ford F-Series, built Ford tough. The best-selling trucks in America for 49 years and counting. Based on 1977 to 2025 calendar year industry reported total sales.
Hey hockey fans, it's Bob Beers. If you're ready to upgrade your outdoor living space, look no further than TimberTech Decking and Railing. TimberTech is the #1 premium composite decking brand, and it's tough enough to handle anything. It looks just like real wood, but without the costly maintenance of a wood deck. It won't rot, warp, splinter, or peel, ever. And it's backed by industry-leading warranties, so your deck will last year after year after year. Connect with a local contractor or order free samples at TimberTech.com to see the TimberTech difference for yourself. TimberTech, everything wood should be.
Hey, it's Charlie McAvoy. I love working with Service Credit Union because I believe in their mission to support the health, safety, and financial well-being of first responders. They put people before profits, and this season, Service Credit Union is giving back in a big way through our 73 Reasons campaign, donating $200 for every block shot and $1,000 for every shutout, up to $250,000. Service Credit Union, success built on trust, banking built on service. Join the team and learn more at servicecu.org.
We are live on Hockey Island, inside Riley's Mind, to bring you the first ever Inside Out Classic, an NHL game unlike anything you've ever seen before, featuring the Washington Capitals and the New York Rangers. Get ready for an emotional hockey showdown with joy, sadness, anxiety, and the rest of Riley's emotions. The Inside Out Classic, Capitals Rangers, Sunday at 7 Eastern on Disney Plus, Disney XD, and Disney Channel, and the ESPN app.
Hi, I'm David Morales, General Manager of WellPoint in Massachusetts. At WellPoint, we're proud to once again partner with 98.5 The Sports Hub for the Hometown Heroes program, shining a light on the individuals who selflessly serve and support our communities across Massachusetts. These everyday heroes deserve to be recognized for the impact they make, both big and small. Help us celebrate them by nominating a hometown hero today at 985thesportshub.com/heroes.
Hey, it's Maz. I depended on my Aaron's snow thrower all brutal winter long. Well, did you know Aaron's also makes Gravely lawnmowers? I've been using a Gravely Zero Turn now for years, and I will never use a different brand again. So Gravely's Mow the Distance sales event is back. You can get a Gravely Zero Turn mower just like I did, and the Mow the Distance sales event starts April 9th. You can save up to 20% on America's most rugged mowers, but you do have to hurry because the Mow the Distance savings are only available through April 19th and only at your independent Gravely dealer.
The Revolution play on the Sports Hub.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification across the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network.
From the Town Fair Tire Studios, this is Boston's home for sports. WBZ-FM at HD Boston, 98.5 The Sports Hub. The media group station.
It's time for This Date in Bruins History, being restored by Blue Sky Restoration Contractors.
Michael Ryder with no goals in his previous 12. A penalty shot chance. Here he comes, a right-hand shot. Down the middle to the net. Shot, and he scores! High glove side on Pavlik, where he loves to shoot it. Michael Ryder on the penalty shot, and the Bruins lead 3-2.
And this date in Bruins history takes us back to 2011. Bruins defeating the Atlanta Thrashers. Remember them? By a 3-2 score. Michael Ryder scoring the first penalty shot goal by a Bruin in Boston in 17 years. Back to March 1994. Bruins getting that win. Mark Recchi, Daniel Paille, the other two goal scorers in that victory over Atlanta. Well, the Bruins down 2-1 as we get ready to start the third period here in Sunrise. Shots on goal in the second period, 12-5 in favor of Florida. Two-period totals are 19-14 to the Panthers' edge. They have an edge of 43-37 in shot attempts in this game, including 28-20 in that second period. All the goal scoring coming in the first. Mackie Samoskevich and Sam Bennett getting Florida a 2-0 lead inside of the first 8 minutes. Fraser Mitten at 19:33 of the first from Husnudinov and Pasternak, the lone Bruins tally so far. Boston will be going from left to right here in the third period as they try to come from a goal down to start this road trip. Face-off win by the Panthers to get it going. Bjornfoot on the near side wall, throws one forward. Swayman will play it away from the side of his net into the far corner. Free puck over there, and Zadorov first to it. He'll loft it across the ice through neutral. Bjornfoot played it right back forward. It clogged up along the near side. Kastelik will give to Zadorov, and he hammers one in from the red line. Round to the near side. Bjornfoot with Corrali and Kastelik converging on him. Corrali gets it back to peak of the point. Tried to get it to the net, and Nostroza blocked it. Checking to see if his stick is still in one piece as that puck flutters over the glass out of play.
Yeah, we'll see what kind of sense of urgency the Bruins have here to start this period. I was just talking to a couple people from that work here in Florida, and they're like quietly, we don't want to win this game. There's a draft situation that they have here moving forward.
They have a top 10 protected pick here.
Right.
That they've, they traded their first-round pick this year in the Seth Jones deal last year. That's top 10 protected. As McAvoy gets it in front. Elias Lindholm a chance. McAvoy again. Pasta banging away at it. Bobrovsky, with some of his best saves of the night, covers it up.
But here's your line. Lindholm, Pasternak, Geeky. All right, we talked about that in between periods. Are they going to get themselves going here? How do you get yourself going? Sometimes you stick with your lines, and sometimes you need to make some changes, and you need to load up. So their idea of loading up is this line, and McAvoy, offensive zone face-off, making something happen. A couple good saves there by Bobrovsky, two of them.
Yeah, to the point we were making. So they traded their first-round pick to Chicago in the Seth Jones deal, but it's top 10 protected.
Oh, that's what it was, the Seth Jones deal. Okay.
So if they get a top 10 pick this year, they get to keep the pick. That will also directly affect the Bruins, who have next year's pick. That would slide back to 2028 if Chicago gets next year's first rounder instead.
That's the Marchand pick.
Yes, that's the one they got in the
first rounder
trade.
for Marchand.
Yes. Bennett coming forward here for Florida. Will work his way around behind Jeremy Swayman all the way back out to the near side. Tried to give it to Sabrango, but missed him, but Verhaeghe keeps alive. Tkachuk going behind the net. Right out in front, Bennett, point blank, stopped by Swayman.
Bennett's flying.
He's had some really good chances tonight. Tkachuk rifles one over the net. Jones to the far circle. Verhaeghe down low. Bennett. Round to the near side for Jones. Waiting at the hash marks. Hands off. Sabrango tried to play it across ice. Picked off by Geekie. He springs Pasternak along. One-on-one against Jones. Jones blocks his shot.
Yeah, Jones played him well. Jones was in good position there. Big defenseman. Got a good reach. Good player.
Here comes Zaka right in front. Arvidsson, and the puck wouldn't settle for him.
That was there for him. He was behind everybody. Seth Jones got.
There's Greer. Gets behind Hampus. Lindholm a shot, and glove stopped by Swayman.
He lifted Lindholm's stick to get that puck. You know, I was talking about Seth Jones was on the U.S. Olympic team. So his injury, right?
Right.
So a little rough ride for him not being able to play, but a couple big saves here made by Jeremy Swayman to start this third period. Bobrovsky had to make a couple as well, so you get some life at least, but you don't want to trade chances. I think you want to get frustration and get yourself going offensively.
Yeah, Seth Jones missed about 2.5 months, including that Olympic break. Wasn't able to go overseas. His peak dumps in from the red line. Around the far side wall, Zaka gets it to Zadorov. Tried to shoot. Greer lost his stick. Puck ricocheted to the near side. Panthers clear it back out. Zadorov keeps it away from Samoskevich. Zadorov going to bring it up the left side off a feed from Arvidsson. Drops the top of the circle. Arvidsson shot hit the crossbar and goes up and out of play. Well, the Bruins are finding some life offensively here.
I mean, it's been dormant. Other than the goal they scored in the first period, it's been dormant. So this third period, there's been more life. And we talked about the Zaka line not having anything. You had Arvidsson get behind everybody, just couldn't handle a bouncing puck. But the pace without the puck was there. And then that time, Zadorov pushes the pace coming up into the zone. Arvidsson's a recipient off of a loose puck.
Reichel helps it back to Zadorov. His shot hits a body in front. A couple of Panthers run into each other. Husnudinov pushes the puck around behind Bobrovsky. Around in the near side circle, it comes toward McAvoy.
Mitten, Husnudinov, and Reichel right now.
Reichel in the right corner. Lost it, and the puck will be lifted out of the zone by Gregor, who's on his horse coming up the left side. Zadorov comes across to sweep that puck away. Minton challenged, lost it in behind the net. Boqvist going around to the far circle. Back to Hovorka, fires a one-timer wide of Swayman.
I don't think Swayman ever saw that.
Picked up behind the net. Shot from the far circle by Foot. Swayman turned that away. 3:15 into this third period. Bruins down by a goal. Zadorov settles in behind Swayman as the Panthers go for a change.
Everybody going for a change.
Pasternak picks up the puck. Going to carry out toward his own blue line. Pass is redirected by Cunnin. Pasternak trying to stay with it. And may have gotten a stick up on Foot.
Yeah, it's been a frustrating night for Pasternak so far, anyhow.
So this will be the first penalty of the game against the Bruins, who have had only one power play chance of their own.
Boston penalty, 88, 2 minutes, high sticking.
Pasternak goes for a minor for high sticking. Florida power play will get its first chance. To run that replay back, I didn't see it.
I got to stick up right in front of the bench.
Did he?
There.
Okay. face-off inside the Bruins zone. Florida power play, 2 out of 3 in the win over Ottawa the other night. They've gone 1 for 16 over their previous 8 games. Verhaeghe stands in against Kastelik. Kastelik wins it. Corrali will hammer it around the far boards and all the way down the ice. Bobrovsky leaves it for Jones in behind the Panther net. Florida moving from right to left here in the third period. Bennett skates it to center ice. Gives it to his right. Here's Tkachuk along the far circle. All the way across to Verhaeghe coming in from the top of the left circle. His shot blocked out of play by Corrali.
Yeah, good. I'm not going to say recovery, just good adjustment there. You know, once that puck gets moved from low to high through the seam out to the middle of the ice, and you know, Corrali's able to get there in time. Yeah, I mean, Florida had 5 goals in the first period the other day against Ottawa, and then they got outscored 3-1 after that. I mean, they didn't need to score anymore, obviously, right. But you know, it's. Like I said, I was talking to some of the Florida people, and you know, they were joking about the fact that, you know, we don't need to win this game. But you know, it's like he said, they were saying that it's the way the Panthers were when they were dominating against other teams, when they were really good, you know, and healthy, and that they would take teams just lightly.
Right.
And the next thing you know, you're losing a game.
Bennett can't gain entry into the Bruins zone. Minton sends the other way for Jeannot. He's got Peak coming across to the right side, throws it in front. Bobrovsky off a tip, made the save. Bennett with a quick up here for Tkachuk. Steps back into the Boston zone, sent it toward the slot. Verhaeghe hit the post.
That's a high-end play by Verhaeghe.
What a play by Verhaeghe to find that and get it into a shooting position. Zadorov brings the Bruins forward here shorthanded. 36 seconds left. Here's a chance for Corrali coming through the slot.
Pass was behind him.
Backhander hit the outside of the
right
net.
Idea. Just couldn't complete that pass. He was coming right off the bench and flying into the offensive zone.
Panthers will start out. 20 seconds left on their power play. Boqvist will rim it around behind Swayman to the far side, right through Luostarinen and all the way back out. Mike Benning will come back and get it. Rookie defenseman, one of the call-ups from Charlotte, filling spaces here among all the injuries. On the far side, Boqvist sets up at the hash marks. Back to Forsling up top. His shot got blocked in the slot by McAvoy. Bruins are back at full strength. McAvoy tried to go long for Pasternak. Pasta chases Forsling in behind the Florida net, but gets sealed off of the puck. Boqvist now back through center. Dump in from the near side of the Boston blue line. Aspero reversed it to Jokiharju in the near corner. He'll play it up the right wall, and that one's going to go for an icing.
Good kill. Not a whole lot. You know, it was one kind of tight angle shot, but Bruins had the better of the opportunities. Peak was a little too wide, I think, when he got that puck. I would have loved to have seen him come to the middle of the ice before he got the pass. Verhaeghe had the best chance, right? A high-end play, rolling that puck between his legs and getting the opportunity. But Peak coming late. They made the right play to get it to him. He couldn't get to the middle of the ice to get a better opportunity.
There's Aspero from the Bruins zone. Long pass ahead for Elias Lindholm. Sends it cross ice into the far corner. Geekie puts his shoulder into Jones. Loose puck along the far boards, corralled by Pasternak. Aspero at the left point. For Pasternak in the left corner. Brings it back out toward the top of the circle. Send it toward the slot. Ricocheted off a couple of sticks. Panthers will get a clear up the middle. Jokiharju plays it right back in deep. 13:24 to go here in the third. Bruins down by 1. Pasternak sends it back up the wall here for Zadorov. Cuts down the left circle. Going to drive to the side of the net. Brings it in behind. Coming to the near circle now with the puck on his forehand. Wheels it back over to the far side. And Peak from that left side circle gets the shot in on Bobrovsky, who cradles it for the whistle. 13:07 to go. Bruins down 2-1 here in Florida on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
At Feldman Geospatial, we excel in delivering the data, insight, and expertise that construction managers, engineers, and developers need to realize their most ambitious plans. Quick, confident decisions start here. Feldman Geospatial shows you everything so that you can do anything. FeldmanGeo.com.
This is 2026, No more messing around. It's the first day of the rest of your life. Today, you are switching to Astound. Shifting your Wi-Fi and life into a new gear. Reliable, affordable connection. So you can browse, watch, and play like you've always wanted. Because slow Wi-Fi is so last year. Under budget, full speed ahead. That's Astound. Gig Wi-Fi for $50 a month with a 3-year price lock. Restrictions apply. See astound.com for details.
Life can be difficult, especially for those struggling with addiction. If you or someone you know needs help, contact New England Recovery Center today. At New England Recovery Center, you'll find compassionate staff providing inpatient detox, clinical stabilization services, and individualized treatment. All major insurance plans accepted. Visit newenglandrecoverycenter.org or call 877-MY-REHAB for more information. The road to recovery starts at New England Recovery Center.
Hi, it's Matthew Slater. Every great project starts with the right partner, and Boston's best contractors know that means Charles D. Sheehy. Dependable, innovative, and committed to quality, CDS keeps every job moving in the right direction with precision and pride. See the difference at cdsi.com.
The Celtics play on the Sports Hub.
Fans gear up with the latest black and gold apparel at the Pro Shop, powered by 47. From hoodies to hats and more, there's something for every Bruins fan. Shop at the Hub on Causeway or online at bostonproshop.com. 13:07 left here in the third period. Bruins trailing Florida 2-1. Face off in the offensive zone. Kept into the blue line. Here's Hampus Lindholm with a shot that finds the back glass. Near side corner, Zacha going to win a battle. Arvidsson involved there as well. Arvidsson winds up with the puck at the hash marks. Deflected up into the air. Settled with a glove by Zacha. Dealing with Luostarinen draped on his back. Got it back to Hampus Lindholm. Steps into the top of the slot for a drive. And Bobrovsky out right outside that blue paint to make the save.
Battle one along the wall. You know, the Zacha line picking it up, right? Arvidsson wins a battle. Zacha wins a battle. You're going to rotate this puck into the middle for Hampus Lindholm, and he'd like to have this one back. I mean, right into the Panther logo, and he's walking right down the middle with nobody in front of him.
Samoskevich will play it forward here from the red line. They whistled that an icing.
I mean, he could have gone. He could have gone into the left wing circle if he wanted to. But I'm glad he takes the shot. Right, I think it's the right play. But right in the logo. Like that is just, it's a green light. You're going under the bar.
Pick a corner, right?
Pick whatever.
Right.
I mean, not the logo.
Face off far circle. Win by Minton. Out near the blue line, Pasternak. Just kept it in, but turned over along the near side, Samoskevich. Carries into the Boston zone. Sends a pass over to the right wing circle. Greer knocked free, but Samoskevich has it. Flips it back toward the point. Drive by Benning. Knocked down, pushed in behind the net. Hampus coming toward the near corner. Pasternak got it out to the blue line, and Husnudinov gives it to a cutting McAvoy.
Back to Pasternak, and Husnudinov
drops it off. Husnudinov, Pasternak in front, off the shot, save made, rebound thrown back out into the slot, and they can't find it. Luostarinen will carry back out of the Panthers zone. Feathers one forward. Under 12 minutes to play. Bobrovsky has been tested here in this third period after being rarely so in the first two. Bjornfoot will send out into neutral ice. Tkachuk got it to the Boston line, taken away. Corrali on the right side, Kastelik. Bounced in toward Bobrovsky, who deals it back toward the corner. Verhaeghe skates free with it. Head man for Tkachuk. From the red line, gets it deep. And Pete going to turn with it, lost his footing, but able to shovel that puck along for Zadorov, who clears.
We call it no icing.
Okay. Bjornfoot knocked down by Corrali. Puck behind the net is on the stick of Havorka. Pass into neutral ice. Ricocheted onto Hinostroza. Got it across for Bennett. Stepping in on Swayman, who makes another stop on Bennett. Tossed back out of the zone by Aspero. Kastelik Ends up on the back of Benning, who stopped short in the far corner. Bruins wind up with a puck. Geekie shot blocked by Cunnin. Got it back and put it just wide. Geekie behind the net, able to keep it free. Elias Lindholm back to Aspero, who chunked a one-timer. And the puck gets cleared.
Good pressure, and it's encouraging there for Geekie on that shift. He's been in between a lot. And not just today, but that was a good opportunity.
Yoki Haru got hit hard by Cunnin as the puck went into the Florida zone. Back out in neutral ice. Pasternak over to Hampus Lindholm. Geekie will rim a backhander around behind Bobrovsky, who stops it in the trapezoid. Into the far corner, lifted up into the air. Glove down by Hampus Lindholm. Zaka gets it over to Pasternak, coming top of the right circle, threw it in front, looking for a Zaka redirect. Geekie point blank, and Bobrovsky stoned him.
Yeah, another good chance. 3 good chances on that shift alone for Geekie.
9:49 to go here in the third. Florida maintains their 2-1 lead here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub, Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
The Honda Spring Event. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 4.99% APR on a 2026 Civic, a 4.49% APR on a 2026 Civic Hybrid, or a 3.49% APR on a 2026 HRV.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic SI and Type R.
Town Fair Tire has the area's largest selection of Bridgestone tires. So we buy Bridgestone tires for less and sell them for less. The guaranteed lowest price you'll find anywhere. Plus, we give you more free services for life than any other tire dealer. So when you're looking for Bridgestone tires, there's only one place to go. Town Fair Tire. Because nobody beats a Town Fair Tire deal. And I mean nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
Builders, remodelers, and homeowners, listen up. Partner with one of the most trusted independently owned lumberyards and showrooms around, Cape Cod Lumber and CCL Homescapes. Upgrade your outdoor space with TimberTech. When it comes to decking, TimberTech stands out. No need to sand, stain, or seal. It's the best looking deck you'll find on the market. Build with confidence. Build with TimberTech, the #1 brand in premium decking. Ask for TimberTech the next time you visit CCL, right in Abington, or visit us online at cclco.com. CCL, 100% employee owned and operated.
Bring on the spring at the Honda Spring Event. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 2.99% APR on a 2026 CR-V or a 3.99% APR on a 2026 Passport. Hurry into your Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details.
This is Boston's home for sports.
9:49 to go here in the third period. Bruins down 2-1. Sergei Bobrovsky's had to come up with some big saves here in this third period to keep the Bruins from tying it. Face-off will be to his left. Near circle down to our right. Zaka will come out to take the draw against Bennett. Off the face-off, puck came to Sabrango, and Tkachuk will get it cleared. Hampus Lindholm turns and goes back forward with Verhaeghe on his tail. Zaka and Mittelstadt come to help. Verhaeghe able to get it around behind the net to the far corner. Tkachuk angling McAvoy away from it, threw it in front. Hampus Lindholm was there. Bennett back toward Verhaeghe near side. Hampus pokes it through the slot, and the Bruins have possession. Mittelstadt, long pass off the near boards, picked up by Zaka on the fly. Right wing circle. Turned it in front, off of Arvidsson and wide. Mittelstadt in the left corner. Tkachuk a takeaway along that far wall. Bennett will skate it out to the red line and sends one forward and hops onto the bench for a change. 9 minutes to play in regulation. Bruins down 2-1. McAvoy sends across to the left side for Pasternak. Kusnedinov near the attacking blue line, lost it. Greer coming back ahead for the Panthers. Turns near the blue line along the near side. Bjornfoot to the back of the net, cut off there by Zadorov. Off the far wall and out towards center ice. Avorka plays over to Bjornfoot. He and Pete collide. Puck around the far side. Greer threw it in front. Minton was there with a stick. And the Bruins will break out. And then Zadorov carrying it out into neutral ice. Blew a tire. Back into the Boston zone it comes. Peak with a pass off the skate of Kusnedinov. He gathers it near side. Got it as far as the red line, but Benning has it back for Florida. Forsling softly up the near side. Nosek trying to help it deep. Peak. Try to clear. Hit Nosek and kick toward Jeremy Swayman's crease. Bruins will send it away now, and Elias Lindholm drops back in his own zone. Yoki Haru on the near side. Through neutral ice, Elias sends one through the slot. A tip. Geeky gets to it in the far corner. Around the near side. Elias faked like he was going to shoot. Let it go to Yoki Haru. Rims it back around that far side. Aspero. Now Geeky out near the blue line. Aspero at the hash marks. Elias Lindholm peels free. Here's Geeky. Top of the right circle shot. Blocker stop Bobrovsky. And it's cleared up the far side by Gregor. 7:25 remaining. Bruins regain entry. Jeannot forced toward the near boards by Jones. Gets it back to McAvoy, cutting toward the near side. Brings it down the circle. Around behind the net. Puck to his forehand as he goes around far side. Back to Hampus for a drive. Saved by Bobrovsky. And Jeannot looking for a rebound. Bobrovsky covers up.
Good shift, though. And it's McAvoy pushing the pace again, right? Geeky, he's had 4 shots this period, and he didn't have much before that. So, he's been around it. But McAvoy pushing the pace, coming in the right wing circle, around the net. He's looking, trying to find somebody. Ends up going to Hampus Lindholm right in the middle of the ice again. Same spot he had the chance from last time. This is a one-timer. And Jeannot looking for a rebound.
Another face-off coming up in the attack zone here with 7:09 to play.
I mean, there's a sense of urgency, at least.
Yeah.
That's been missing a lot of this game.
This third period has by far been their best so far. Zacha wins the draw. Hampus over to McAvoy. Sends around behind the net. Jones gets in front of Arvidsson. Sends it back toward that far side, but McAvoy pinching
good
in.
Pinch. Yep.
Kachuk back into the corner and help force a turnover. Puck in behind the net. Panthers regain. Bennett will just toss it out through center. McAvoy will chase it back. Play it around off the near boards, and Verhaeghe gets in front of Zacha. Middlestat regains from the circle. Arvidsson carries to his own blue line out of the red and sends a floater in wide of Bobrovsky. Brango ridden to the end boards by Zacha, who threw it out in front. There was nobody there to take advantage.
Bobrovsky alertly getting in front of that, or getting a stick on it, I should say.
Verhaeghe brings the Panthers forward and shoots one wide from just inside the blue line. Greer in behind the Boston net. Picked off by Husnudinov. Marat going to carry to center ice. Gives to Pasternak. Back for Husnudinov, far circle. Pasternak now got tangled there, and they'll lose it out of the zone. As Zadorov tried to pinch in, went for the body. Samoskevich playing it forward, and that puck deflects into the Bruins bench out of play.
Fans, check out the upcoming hardest working Player of the Week content on 985thesportshub.com Bruins page, brought to you by the Peterson School. Peterson School is now enrolling for their spring semester in Woburn, Westwood, Worcester, and Haverhill. Visit petersonschool.com to learn more.
6 minutes even to go here in the third period. 2-1 Florida. It's been that score since late in the first period. Faceoff will be just outside the Boston blue line. Elias Lindholm. Take the draw. Florida wins it. Dumps in. Geeky and Pasternak joining him here. Bruins are going to get whistled for an icing here.
Yeah, it's been a short bench. I mean, the Corrali line, maybe 2 shifts this period, maybe 3. They've double shifted Pasternak. I don't think Reichel has seen the ice that I remember. If he has, I don't remember it.
Yeah.
So it's been a double shift for Pasternak. He's either played with Lindholm and Geeky, or he's played with Mitten and Husnudinov. So a lot of ice time for him in this third, trying to squeeze something out of it here in this down 1.
Jump in here by Nosek. It's Pasternak finding Zadorov, breaking out. Going to carry it to the Florida line. Able to stay with it as it was poked free by Forsling. Benning will get it back out to the blue line. Turned over. Here's Geeky. Point blank. And Bobrovsky tipped up and over the net.
I mean,
one of these is going to go.
It's going to go at some point for him.
The dam is going to burst. Puck comes around behind the Bruins net. 5:08 to go in the third period.
If that was a shot, I know he's had 5 this period. And coming into the period, he was quiet.
Yeah. Puck in the neutral zone, redirected here off of Cunnin.
We saw him break a stick the other day. He was so frustrated going to the bench. It's as upset as we've seen him, outwardly anyhow.
Yeah. Puck forced into the Bruins zone by Foot. Zaka got it to the near side for McAvoy. Arvidsson gave it to Hampus. Back to Arvidsson.
Got nowhere to go.
Yeah. Cunnin back into the Bruins zone. Hampus Lindholm knocked that puck down toward the end wall. Into the far corner for Middlestat now. Under pressure from a pinching Havorka. Hampus got knocked down on that far side. Middlestat got it as far as the blue line. Now fights his way through traffic. Gets it ahead. Here's Arvidsson. Right circle. Wrapped up against Bjornfoot. Arvidsson, though, gets it back. Loose puck comes free toward Bennett. And he looks shaken up. He's shaking off his left arm.
He gets slashed.
Slowly making his way back to the bench. Bruins come in front here with McAvoy in tight. Off the feed from Arvidsson, but Luostarinen will bring the Panthers back through center ice. Sends one toward the left wing corner. Husnudinov holds off for Hagee. Pete gets it from Zadorov. Pass up the middle for Elias Lindholm was deflected by Luostarinen. Back into the Boston zone it comes with 3.5 to play. Still trying to find the equalizer. Right side, Elias Lindholm. It's tripped up trying to get around Greer. Bruins will get a power play here late.
Greer's in the box. The referee hasn't even gone to the...
Florida penalty, number 10.
No,
2-minute mark.
not much of an argument there. 3:21 to play. Florida 2, Bruins 1. Boston power play next on the 98.5, the Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
The Honda Spring Event. Now's the time to check out the Honda Civic and HR-V from Honda, the 2025 Kelley Blue Book Best Value brand. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 4.99% APR on a 2026 Civic, a 4.49% APR on a 2026 Civic Hybrid, or a 3.49% APR on a 2026 HR-V.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic Si and Type R. Based on 2025 Consumer Choice Awards from Kelley Blue Book. Visit kpp.com for more information.
Now at Wendy's, you can go big, biggie, or biggier. With our new $4, $6, or $8 meal, you choose your deal, as you should. Sorry, I get fired up when I'm talking deals. More biggie options, more of what you really want at Wendy's.
Price and participation may vary. Single items at regular price. Prices may be higher in Alaska, California, and Hawaii. The Shaws and Sturm Market Foundation have teamed up with 98.5 The Sports Hub for Feeding the Puck for Families. Every time Boston feeds the puck to help score a goal, the Shaws and Sturm Market Foundation Nourishing Neighbors Initiative will donate funds to end hunger here in Eastern Mass. Since its inception, Nourishing Neighbors has raised more than $250 million across the country to ensure their neighbors have the nutrition needed to thrive. Locally, with each assist, the foundation will make a donation of $100 to the Greater Boston Food Bank, up to $50,000 to help our neighbors in need. Learn more at 985thesportshub.com/feedthepuck. TD Bank's here for an assist with a special checking and savings account offer for new customers. Perfect for fans of the Bruins. Learn more at td.com/garden offer or stop by any TD Bank location in New England. Terms and eligibility apply. TD Bank, Bank of the Boston Bruins.
Boston Sports Talk, the Sports Hub.
Fans, hockey season is the perfect time to get a high-efficiency Peerless boiler. Be ready and start saving now. Find the Peerless boiler that's right for your home or business and a list of local installers at peerlessboilers.com. Remember, Peerless Boilers, the world's best-built boilers.
Just getting a look at the replay of that geeky opportunity off the end of the glove of Bobrovsky. He did get a piece of that, forced it up over the net.
So now, what do you think you do now? I mean, Zaka, Lindholm, Geeky, McAvoy, Pasternak. So they go back to the...
Interesting.
Yes.
Here's Geeky coming to the side of the net, knocked away from him by Jones. Puck will be cleared.
I just think I think you got to have him out there right now. He's had
Geeky,
4 chances. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. He's had 4 chances this period.
Yeah, he and Elias Lindholm haven't been part of this top power play unit the last couple of games. Elias will gain entry here on the right side. Pasternak tracks it off the wall to McAvoy. Over to the far side. Geeky one-timer went wide. Pasternak played it back towards Zaka at the side of the net. Pasta up top to McAvoy. Pasternak top of the right circle. Shot, save made. Rebound in the slot. Comes to McAvoy. Gives it back to Pasternak. Had his pocket pick. Boquist trying to get a breakaway. Pasternak trying to stay with him. Boquist shot. Gloved by Swayman. Drops it back into play. McAvoy sends a long pass at the right side for Zacha.
He makes it look easy.
Pasternak gets upended along the far board. Sabrango pivots in behind his net with a puck. Pressed into the corner by Zacha. Elias has his pass hit a skate, come back down low. Loose puck behind the net. Swayman started to go to the bench, had to stop as the Panthers break out of their zone. Bennett comes into the Boston zone. Left circle shot, hit the post. And it ricochets out of play.
Bennett's been really good here today.
He has.
He took a slash earlier from McAvoy here a couple minutes ago and went to the bench in some pain. But he got a good look at it on the replay. It looked like a decent whack. He just got him on the hands. He got him on the fingers, but he took that shot off the back. It's going to be a timeout by the Bruins last period. But Boquist has a partial breakaway. No, he has a breakaway.
Yeah.
And Swayman just makes that save look easy.
So with 2:03 left here in the third, Marco Sturm uses his timeout. They have 42 seconds remaining on the power play. And looking for tonight's electric play delivered by Granite City Electric's GCE Night Train. Electrical contractors, get on board the GCE Night Train. Order your materials to be delivered overnight to the job site the following morning and save time and money. Go to GCEnighttrain.com to order.
Yeah, that shot by Bennett rung off the crossbar and out.
A couple of times they have hit the iron behind Jeremy Swayman here in this third period. All told, 22 saves on 24 shots for Swayman tonight. Bobrovsky now 26 out of 27. So the faceoff will be inside the Bruins defensive zone. Elias Lindholm will match up against Nosek on the draw. Near circle to our left. And Nosek gets tossed out. So Luostarinen. And Luostarinen wins it. Forsling brings it back out into neutral ice. Jones backing up to his own blue line. Plays it forward now to Nosek along the far boards against Zacha. Zacha able to take it away from Luostarinen. Cross ice comes to Pasternak. Swept off his stick by Forsling. Forsling will just feather one up the left wing boards and all the way down to Swayman. 20 seconds left on the power play. Bruins moving left to right as McAvoy starts out of his own zone. Net empties. McAvoy gives it to Zacha. Here's Elias Lindholm. 6-on-4 man-power advantage. Pasternak to McAvoy. McAvoy over to the far circle. One-timer out in front, and Zacha with a chance. That tips wide. Near side circle, and Pasternak keeps alive. Out of the box comes Greer. 6-on-5. Lindholm in front for Arvidsson. And Bobrovsky takes that one away. With a minute 14 to go.
I got to see the Zacha chance again. If that puck was on net or if Bobrovsky got a piece of it. No, he put it off the post. Glove side. He had the net to shoot at here. And he put it off. Put it off the post to the glove side. But the save made by Bobrovsky on Arvidsson. Point blank, just kind of a chip. Redirect.
A minute 14 to go. 6-on-5 for the Bruins here. Down by a goal. Pasternak to McAvoy, center of the blue line. Gives to his right for Pasta. Threw it in front. Tipped off Elias Lindholm and wide. Far side wall. Kachuk able to find it. Forsling cutting toward the near side, trying to get away from Pasternak. Pasta hems him in the zone. McAvoy as well. Now Jones gets the clear. Missed Verhaeghe. Bennett coming forward. Puts it just wide of the empty net. Kachuk's got it along the far side of the Bruins zone. He's turned over. And Arvidsson comes up the left wing side with 40 seconds to go. Pasternak through the slot to Geekie off the far wall. Leaves it along the boards for McAvoy. Down low to Arvidsson. In front off Bobrovsky. Still loose. And it's covered as Elias Lindholm was held off by Forsling. And then McAvoy got flattened by Jones as well.
Well, we'll see if Florida wants to use their timeout. The Bruins cannot. They've got the group out there that they want, but they've been out there a little while. Gonna have one change by the Bruins.
Gonna bring Minton out here.
I don't know.
Well, he came over the boards.
I know,
and
but
Elias Lindholm went over to get a new stick.
He's getting a new stick, or get his stick kind of wiped off.
Minton's gonna go back onto the bench.
The referee allowing them that. This is on Lindholm's strong side.
30.5 seconds to go. Yeah, these guys, as you said, been out there a while. A little mini timeout there. Lindholm deals with the stick issue. He'll line up for the face-off now against Nosek. Near side circle to our right. Stalemate. Zacha gets a stick in on it. And it pops free, but it comes to Luostarinen. He's got Greer straight up the gut. He missed the empty net from his own blue line. That's an icing instead.
I know what the analytics
left.
say, but you got to get your feet moving there, I think, if you're Greer. Geeky's almost even with him. Honestly, he's got nobody in front of him. That should be a goal.
You can get that to the red line and shoot.
You don't even
it from
have
there.
to.
Yeah.
That should be a goal.
Right.
Even from your own blue line, there's nobody in front of you.
19.7 left. Face off in the offensive zone. Off the draw. Comes back to McAvoy. Gives it over to Geeky on the right side. Shot blocked by Luostarinen. Peeled out of the corner by Arvidsson. Zacha trying to get it back out in front. Back to Arvidsson instead. Around the far side. 7 seconds to go. McAvoy able to pick it off the wall. Pasternak forced out of the zone. Lost it. And that's going to do it. And it's now 5 regulation losses in a row for the Bruins that have come against non-playoff competition. As they come to Florida and get held to 1 goal, Sergei Bobrovsky was excellent in the third period as the Bruins tried to push, but never could get it tied. 2-1 the final. The Panthers win it. And we'll be back with a recap in a moment on the 98.5 The Sports Hub, Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
The Honda Spring Event. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 4.99% APR on a 2026 Civic, a 4.49% APR on a 2026 Civic Hybrid, or a 3.49%.
Really cold, you'll feel it in your bones. And your house will feel it in its pipes. Of course, if your pipes burst, you're going to feel it in your wallet, too. That's why Safety Insurance offers discounts to Massachusetts and New Hampshire homeowners if you have water leak devices or freeze detection systems. It's smart to think safety first. Ask an independent agent about Safety Insurance. We'll help you manage life storms.
Hey hockey fans, it's Bob Beers. If you're ready to upgrade your outdoor living space, look no further than TimberTech Decking and Railing. TimberTech is the #1 premium composite decking brand, and it's tough enough to handle anything. It looks just like real wood, but without the costly maintenance of a wood deck. It won't rot, warp, splinter, or peel, ever. And it's backed by industry-leading warranties, so your deck will last year after year after year. Connect with a local contractor or order free samples at TimberTech.com to see the TimberTech difference for yourself. TimberTech, everything wood should be.
TD Bank cardholders score special benefits at TD Garden, from Pro Shop discounts and free tours to free popcorn and more. These benefits were made for game time. Card eligibility restrictions and terms apply. Learn more at td.com/TD Garden Perks. TD Bank, Bank of the Boston Bruins and the Boston Celtics. 98.5 The Sports Hub and the Bruins Radio Network welcome the following new partners. Your New England Chevy dealers and the Chevy Silverado. TimberTech Decking and Railing, #1 in premium decking. Order free samples at timbertech.com. Blue Sky Restoration. Tune in to hear this date in history being restored by Blue Sky all season long. And remember, if you have a property disaster, visit goblusky.com. And your Boston area Lexus dealers. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer today. From the home of the Bruins, thank you for joining our winning team.
Hi, I'm David Morales, General Manager of WellPoint in Massachusetts. We're proud to continue our partnership with 98.5 The Sports Hub and the Hometown Heroes program, honoring the everyday heroes who work tirelessly to make our community stronger and healthier. From first responders to community leaders, these individuals deserve our recognition and gratitude. Now we want to hear from you. Head to 985thesportshub.com/heroes and nominate a hometown hero today.
After 3 weeks away, the New England Revolution return home to Gillette Stadium for an intercontinental showdown against CF Montreal. Make it the perfect match day this Saturday with a special kickoff time of 4:30 p.m. And be sure to arrive early and check out the fan zone filled with family-friendly soccer fun. Early arrivers to the gates will also receive a 2026 schedule magnet and a special match day poster while supplies last. Get your tickets now at revolutionsoccer.net. That's revolutionsoccer.net.
Bring on the spring at the Honda Spring Event. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 2.99% APR on a 2026 CRV or a 3.99% APR on a 2026 Passport. Hurry into your Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details.
Champions play here. The Sports Hub.
Jones right back into the Bruins zone against Jokiharju as they go behind the net. Jokiharju able to twist him off of that puck for the moment, but Panthers keep it alive. Greer coming toward the high slot. Shot blocked off Mitten. And the rebound came right to Sam Bennett, who makes it a 2-0 Florida lead. Bruins would never catch up. Fall 2-1 here tonight to the Florida Panthers. Disappointing way to start this road trip. Good push for the third period there, but Sergei Bobrovsky was equal to everything they threw at him, and Bruins could never get even. And you know, we talked about it right off the bat here tonight. This was not one that they could afford to overlook, despite where Florida is right now. And Bruins through two periods just never really got going until the third.
I don't know if they overlooked it or, I mean, they played like it.
Yeah.
You know, they didn't start on time, and first period wasn't good. Second period, and they got the late goal, so I thought some of that momentum would carry over into the second. They really didn't do much in the second. You relied on Swayman to make 3 or 4 really good saves towards the end of that second period, which he did. He made some big saves in the third period, too, but at least you're pushing at that point. At least there's a sense of urgency, and you're creating some things in the offensive zone. I mean, Bobrovsky didn't have to do much through the first two periods. You know, then the Bruins put up, 15 shots or 14 shots, whatever it was.
14 in the third, yeah.
In the third period, and some really good opportunities where Bobrovsky was up to the task. But, yeah, I mean, you know, you're playing against a team that's depleted and out of the playoff push. And, you know, I know you're not going to have it every night. I know you're due for a bad night every once in a while, but it's more than a coincidence that it's happened against teams that are out of the playoff structure. Their last 5 losses, regulation losses. Last 5 regulation losses have all been against teams out of the playoff structure. And that's spanning back to, you know, just after the Olympic break.
Right.
So it's over a month sample size. They don't have a lot of regulation losses, but they've all been against teams out of the playoff structure. So it's, you know, it's frustrating. I know, look, the other team's going to, they're in the NHL for a reason. That's the old, you know, rest in peace, the old Pat Burns motto. You know, sometimes the other team's going to play better than you. But I do think after what we watched, the Bruins and 4 wins in a row coming into this one, you know, they got away with it in Columbus after a poor first period. They got away with it. Today they didn't get away with it. And Bobrovsky was up to the task. So back to the drawing board on Saturday, kind of take a look and we'll watch around the NHL and see who's beating who. Ottawa wins today, and you know, Montreal continues to win. That's 7 in a row for them. Detroit wins today. Columbus loses. Pittsburgh loses. So, you know, is losing. You know, teams playing against each other. So you're not going to lose a ton of ground with a loss here today. You've built up a little goodwill for yourselves. But you'd love to come out of here with at least a point, you know, and they had the sense of urgency in the third, not enough of it in the first 40 minutes.
Yeah, and the road trip does not get any easier from here. I mean, you're going to Tampa on Saturday, Philadelphia on Sunday on the back end of a back-to-back, and then Carolina, you know, who's always tough to play, especially there at home, coming up on Tuesday. So, you know, you got to find it, and hopefully, you know, the history with this team will hold, and they'll bring their best on Saturday when they face the Tampa Bay Lightning. They've been, again, really good this year against teams that are headed to the playoffs in the Eastern Conference. Service Credit Union and Charlie McAvoy have teamed up for the 73 Reasons campaign this season to donate $250,000 to cover heart screens and cancer screens for police and firefighters. They donate $200 for every blocked shot and $1,000 for every shutout. So far, Boston has 1,142 blocks and 2 shutouts, so Service Credit Union has donated $230,400. Learn more now at servicecu.org/73reasons. Bruins fall to the Panthers 2-1. We'll wrap it up from Sunrise in a moment on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Ah, New England spring. We're so ready to get outside and celebrate with all the deliciousness from Big Y. Charcuterie expertly plated, oh so nicely. Shrimp with cocktail sauce, chilled and spicy. Spiral ham glazed to perfection. Candies, cakes, and other sweet confections. Spring has finally sprung. Big Y. Nicely done. Closed on Easter Sunday, so our employees may enjoy time with loved ones.
Opening day is tomorrow. Join Budweiser and the Zilak and Bertrand Show live from Lucky Strike Fenway tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Brought to you by Budweiser. 150 years of Bud and baseball. Must be 21 plus.
For the best deal on any name brand tire, get to Town Fair Tire. For the guaranteed lowest price and the most free services, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. And you know, I mean nobody.
Town Fair Tire.
DQ presents the Blizzard Double Flip Deal. For a limited time, when you buy one Blizzard treat, you get a second for just 99 cents. That's 2 Blizzards, 2 spoons, 2 flavors, and 2 flips. So don't miss out on the Blizzard Double Flip Deal, available only for a limited time and happening now at DQ. Because the only thing better than a Blizzard treat is a second Blizzard treat for just 99 cents. It's a deal to flip for. The Blizzard Double Flip Deal. Participation may vary.
The next 30 seconds could save you hundreds on your car insurance. At The Hartford, we're passionate about your protection. If you're 50 or over, AARP Auto Insurance from The Hartford gives you benefits that really matter. And you could save $597 when you switch. How's that for a little peace of mind? Visit trusthartford.com today. The Hartford, your protection is our passion. The Hartford Insurance Group, Inc. pays royalty fees to AARP for the use of its intellectual property. AARP and its affiliates are not insurers. Savings vary.
What's more Massachusetts than coffee and Keno? Whether you like it iced or hot, get your favorite cup, play your lucky Keno numbers, and follow all the action on the Mass Lottery app. Download it today. The Mass State Lottery. Must be 18 or older to play. Please play responsibly.
The game is on the Sports Hub.
In flight, Cole Caulfield. Cutting in, chip shoot, score! Cole Caulfield did it again! 49 and counting for number 13!
What a year for Cole Caulfield. 7 wins in a row now for the Montreal Canadiens. The final there against the Rangers was 3-2. Ottawa over Buffalo 4-1. Tampa Bay takes down Pittsburgh.
Hi, I'm David Morales, General Manager of WellPoint in Massachusetts. We're proud to continue our partnership with 98.5 The Sports Hub and the Hometown Heroes program, honoring the everyday heroes who work tirelessly to make our community stronger and healthier. From first responders to community leaders, these individuals deserve our recognition and gratitude. Now we want to hear from you. Head to 985thesportshub.com/heroes and nominate a hometown hero today.
The Senators have moved into the second wild card spot as at the moment. It's tied in points with Detroit and Columbus at 88, but Ottawa with the tiebreaker is right now in the second wild card spot. Flyers are 2 points out among the also-rans right now. Bruins now 4 points behind Montreal after the Canadiens win tonight for third place in the Atlantic Division. 2-1 loss here tonight to the Florida Panthers. The Shaw's and Star Market Foundation's Nourishing Neighbors Initiative sponsors our Feeding the Puck for Families campaign. For every helper on a Bruins goal, they donate another $100 to fight food insecurity. 2 feeds tonight, so that's another $200 to the Greater Boston Food Bank. Follow along at 985thesportshub.com/feed the puck. Let's give you our 3 stars of the night. Number 3 star going to go to the Bruins' Charlie McAvoy. 27 minutes and 37 seconds worth of ice time for the Bruins alternate captain tonight. Was terrific defensively, ends up a +1. He is our number 3 star. Number 2 star was all over the ice tonight, had the game-winning goal, the Panthers' Sam Bennett. Jones right back into the Bruins zone against Yoki Haru as they go behind the net. Yoki Haru able to twist him off of that puck for the moment, but the Panthers keep it alive. Greer coming toward the high slot. Shot blocked off Mitten. And the rebound came right to Sam Bennett, who makes it a 2-0 Florida lead. So Sam Bennett with his 26th goal of the season. He now has 15 points in 15 games out of the Olympic break. And the number 1 star of the night wasn't tested much through 2 periods, but he was stellar in the third when he needed to be. Two-time Vezina-winning goaltender Sergei Bobrovsky. McAvoy gets it in front. Elias Lindholm a chance. McAvoy again. Pasta banging away at it. Bobrovsky, with some of his best saves of the night, covers it up. Benning will get it back out to the blue line. Turned over. Here's Geeky, point blank. And Bobrovsky tipped up and over the net. Bobrovsky finished the night with 28 saves on 29 Bruins shots, 15 for 15 in the third period, earning his 27th victory of the year against 21 defeats and 1 overtime loss in 50 appearances. Jeremy Swayman stopped 22 out of 24. He was good tonight as well, but he'll take the loss, dropping to 30, 16 and 4 in his 50th start of the season. So the Bruins fall 2-1 to the Florida Panthers tonight, and now we'll make the very quick trip across the state to take on the Tampa Bay Lightning coming up on Saturday, Game 2 of this 4-game road trip. We will have it with our pregame coverage, getting things started across the network at 4:30 with the face-off just after 5 o'clock. Now for our executive producer back in Waltham, Jeremy Conley, our engineer here in the booth, Santiago Rodriguez, and for Bob Beers, I'm Ryan Johnston. Thanks for joining us, and good night from Florida.
This is Boston Bruins hockey. Boston Bruins hockey is brought to you by your local New England Honda dealers, Shaw's and Star Market, Safety Insurance, Town Fair Tire, Granite City Electric's GCE Night Train, Ticketmaster, your New England Ford dealers, Blue Sky Restoration Contractors, Service Credit Union, TD Bank, and by Catches Law.
2 seconds, 1 second. It's over. The Bruins have won the Stanley Cup.
And by Dairy Queen, Peerless Boilers, your New England Chevy dealers, Timber Tech Decking and Railing, Charles D. Sheehy, Mass Mutual, Avidia Bank, Wendy's, Live Nation, the Peterson School, Tito's Handmade Vodka, Big Y, Nicely Done, and by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
After 39 long years, the Cup is back home. The Bruins are 2011 Stanley Cup champions.
Bruins hockey is a presentation of the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network.
From the Town Fair Tire Studio, this is
strong finger all up and go.
This is home of the 18-time world champion Boston Celtics. WBZ FM at HD Boston 98.5, The Sports Hub.
Peeled out of the corner by Arvidsson. Zaka trying to get it back out in front. Back to Arvidsson instead. Around the far side. 7 seconds to go. McAvoy able to pick it off the wall. Pasternak forced out of the zone. Lost it. And that's going to do it. And it's now 5 regulation losses in a row for the Bruins that have come against non-playoff competition. As they come to Florida and get held to 1 goal, Sergei Bobrovsky was excellent in the third period as the Bruins tried to push, but never could get it tied. 2-1 the final. The Panthers win.
98.5 The Sports Hub. Well, that was a stinker. P.U. Stinky. Stinky. You know, I got a lot of thoughts on this one. Bruins lose 2-1 tonight, but, you know, the road. Can't win on the road. Best home team in hockey. Best home team. But on the road, 15-15. It's not good. It's just not good. So tonight, Bees, wild card number 1. They have 6 games remaining, 94 points. They're ahead of Ottawa and Detroit and all those guys. That's just in the wild card there. But they keep losing to bad teams. And you have Jeremy Swayman in net. And you put up, 6 goals the other night, and you produce 1 tonight. 15, 15, and 7 on the road this year. Yet the best team in the NHL at home. It's a problem. You got to win games on the road, right? Got to win games on the road. Whenever you see a team play a series, whoever wins the first road game has stolen the series. But a couple of things about this one tonight. I'll just mention first, losing to a bad team once again. Losing to a bad team it's happened now. It's now a
little bit of a trend here, and I'll give you the teams that they've lost to of late. But Toronto, bad team. And this year, the Panthers swept the Bees. Sergei Bobrovsky, good tonight. I feel as though they didn't come out strong enough. Maybe they thought they could just show up and beat anybody. I don't know. I'm not going to kill them tonight. I'm not going to do that. But there is something to not playing well against bad teams. Like, I don't think they know how to beat Sergei Bobrovsky. Right? I mean, good thing they won't see him. They'll play in Florida again. They got, Saturday at 5, they'll play the Lightning. But you're down 2-0, 8 minutes into the game. Fraser Mitten scored with 27 seconds left in the opening frame. Nice little rebound that's past Bobrovsky there. Makes it 2-1. And then it was just 2-1 the entire second period. And then in the third period, the Bruins were everywhere. They had many chances. Arvidsson hit the post. Morgan Geekie on a little mini breakaway, 5 minutes left, got stonewalled. Tonight, Bobrovsky stopped 14 shots in the third. He had 27 overall. Jeremy Swayman, 27 saves again. The 2 goals early on. But the rest of the way was the issue. They couldn't score tonight. They couldn't score. Your thoughts on the Bees tonight? The phone number is 617-779-0985. That's the phone number. Where are you into tonight? What do you think? Pasternak had an assist in this. Minton had the goal. They just got stonewalled. 2-1. And I would like to share a take from the Jeremy Conley, who's leaving right now. But Jeremy said, you know what? The takeaway is tonight, I'm giving you the credit, sir. The Florida Panthers own the Boston Bruins. I know they swept them this year, but I'm going way back. I'll give you years upon years if you want. This year they own them. The Bees have been better. Look at all the guys that were injured tonight. You had multiple guys playing on your third line on the top line tonight. This should have been a win. It should have been. And they were down this year, and they're hurt, and you got swept by them? The Bees have been a really good story. But this is a trend, losing to bad teams. Look at the schedule. Pull it up. Look at the teams that they have lost to. Right? They go on these great streaks, 43 wins. Great. But they've lost to Florida. They've lost to Toronto. They've lost to Montreal and New Jersey and San Jose. Right? Those teams are bad. You can't have your backup goalie beat the 2 best teams you see. And then you lose to Toronto. Or you lose to Florida, who's tanking.
I believe Ryan said it at the end of the broadcast there that they have their 5 straight regulation losses are all against teams out of the playoff race.
Florida, Toronto, New Jersey, definitely. San Jose. They lost to Montreal in overtime.
Montreal's been good.
Nashville.
Not good.
So it's like it's gross. I don't know. I can't blame the secondary. Like, you know what? Honestly, guys, they weren't early on. They gave up 2 goals early. And didn't this happen the other night with Swayman too? They could have pulled him. They kept him in. They had a big comeback win. It was great, right? Is there something about getting out to a faster start that they need to do on the road? In the playoffs, you're going to have to do it. You can't go down early like that. But tonight, you couldn't come back from it. You're down 2-0 8 minutes into the game. You score a goal with what? Under a minute left? And that's it. That's the whole night. And then you win the third period, but you lose the game. That's the Bruins. You want to talk about it? 617-779-0985. Anything else to add here, Skess? Because I just... Oh, this is what Marco Sturm said. This is a good one. I think we should, if we can find the audio later, we'll play it. This from Marco Sturm after the 2-1 loss tonight to the Panthers. We didn't respect our opponent. I think that's the bottom line. We looked over probably, and we saw a lot of guys out. We didn't respect the Stanley Cup champion. That was it. That was the game. And then after that, we're chasing. We addressed it before the game. It doesn't matter who's in or who's out for them. You know, they're champions for a reason. We didn't really respect that at all. That's the frustrating part. Wow. Hey, listen, Sturm has a thing this year. When he calls the team out, they respond. So I'm looking for a response Saturday versus Tampa Bay. I hope everybody can watch the game. And, of course, you can hear it right here on 98.5 The Sports. I'll be at 4:30 with the puck drop just after 5 o'clock. They didn't respect their opponent tonight. So I'm glad my take was they weren't ready to go. You can't go down early. It didn't look like a team that respected who they were. I said that. They were without all their guys. What, no Marchand, no this, no that. And when can I get on Morgan Geekie for not scoring a goal since March 5th? When can I do that? Is it okay now?
I think it's about time, Joe.
No, they're a good story this year, right? Good story.
Very good story.
Great.
But if you want them to be a great story and to win playoff games, they need Morgan Geekie to score. And I think he would tell you, so much so himself.
He had a chance.
He had a couple in the third. Bobrovsky was very good.
But I do want to tip
Sergei
the cap.
Bob.
Sergei Bob. Tip of the old cappy. But Geekie's got to help him there. He helped them earlier in the year when they were trying to figure things out, scoring a ton of goals. Lately, it's everybody else, right? Arvidsson's picking up the slack. Pasternak's assisting every night. Zaka, right? Really was named third star of the NHL. But, you needed that one tonight. So, Sturm saying we didn't respect the Stanley Cup champion. I agree with him.